Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of Reforge Gaming News covering the Epic Sony news. Sony investing $1 billion in Epic. This follows announcements as well as them working with Lego on apparently the Metaverse. I think this is all related to Fortnite. I'm going to try to make my case in this discussion and in this video, and we hope that you guys enjoy it. We're trying to lead stronger with opinion, and we hope you guys enjoy that. We're leaning away from just sort of reporting the news and wanting to give you a better sort of springboard opinion to debate with. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have the bell button pressed. If you haven't been seeing my streams, I stream every day. YouTube made some changes, so make sure every day to check your subscription feed as well as my channel to see if I'm streaming. We do 2 streams a day, Monday through Friday, and we start in the morning around 9 a.m. Eastern. So if you came over with the redirect, make sure you switch to live chat and make sure that you hit that like button. That does help out the video. I'm going to do a brief rundown here right at the beginning. That way you can know what we're going to be talking about. This is a Reforge update. Sony is investing in Epic and the Metaverse along with Lego, and we think this is a pretty big investment, and I actually am going to argue that there is an element of this that is related to Fortnite, okay? I want to talk about Sony increasing their support and investment in Epic. Also, how is Lego involved? Then I want to quote Sony. What did they say? And lastly, all roads lead to Fortnite. If you like these Reforge updates, hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss my uploads. So Game Informer said the following: Epic Games has announced it had received $2 billion of investment into its Metaverse development, and half of that actually comes from Sony. Now, this is an increase in support from Sony. The PlayStation maker, which already has a minority interest in Epic, has thrown $1 billion at the Unreal and Fortnite developer to create, quote, new social entertainment exploring the connection, new social entertainment exploring the connection between digital and physical worlds, according to the press release, which sounds super generic corporate speak, but they believe in whatever Epic is building. Now, Lego is a part of this. We already reported on this on Reforge Updates and covered the idea that they want to build a Lego Roblox. Now, Roblox has nothing to do with this, but the idea behind what Roblox is becoming more popular and something that they want to do with the Lego brand. The other billion that we have here, $2 billion, it actually comes from investment holding company Kirkby, a majority owner of the Lego Group. Last week, Epic announced a partnership with Lego to develop a family-friendly metaverse targeting children. Now, they made sure to say, we're going to avoid a lot of the problems that we've seen. Essentially, they didn't name Roblox, but they did really stress security and protection, because that's something that Roblox has been sort of criticized for. Now, what did Sony say? I'm going to get to the point about this all being about Fortnite or all leading to Fortnite in a moment, but what did Sony say? As a creative entertainment company, we are thrilled to invest in Epic to deepen our relationship in the metaverse field, a space where creators and users share their time. This was Sony Group President and Chairman, CEO Kenichiro Yoshida, and they said this in the press release. We are also confident that Epic's expertise, including their powerful game engine, combined with Sony's technologies, will accelerate our various efforts, such as the development of new digital fan experiences in sports and our virtual production initiatives. So they are really, buying into this and the idea and the language. And I believe all roads lead to Fortnite. Okay, I have said for a very long time that Fortnite was essentially a testing ground for something much bigger than itself. I've said for a long time that a Fortnite MMORPG could be significantly successful in the gaming world because of the engine. It works on basically any platform. The brand recognized, brand of Fortnite, super recognizable, and it's an extremely popular game already. They've really learned a lot about what they can do with monetization and, cosmetics and everything else. So now this investment comes after Epic officially released the Unreal Engine 5 last week, an engine that will likely play a significant role in the developing whatever non-Fortnite metaverse Epic has in mind. Now, this is where I don't necessarily know if that's correct. The non-Fortnite metaverse. I actually think Fortnite is somehow tied to this. I don't think they're just going to try to launch a Lego metaverse. Now, Lego might be sort of blending or coming together to help, but I think this is going to be built on the backbone of everything that they've learned about Fortnite and maybe even carry the Fortnite brand name. If you like these quick updates, hit subscribe and the bell button, and I'll see you in the next video. And golly, what the frick? My nose was suddenly like super tickled. We're on to the next stream. Thanks for being here. That was so annoying. Like, I swear my voice, it vibrates my mustache hairs because of the actual vibrations of my voice. Then all of a sudden in the middle of that talk, it was like my nose, right underneath, it was like there was an invisible feather tickling my nose. It was driving me crazy. I couldn't ignore it. Sometimes I just try to ignore it and I couldn't. I literally could not ignore it. It's driving me nuts. What did I miss today? So we kicked off the day talking about Cyberpunk and why I don't think Cyberpunk has a future. And now we're talking about this huge investment, right? With this Sony investment, $1 billion in addition to Lego's investment. I want to ask you guys if you think Fortnite's involved, right? Let's see. The Sony and Lego investment into Epic. Is Fortnite involved? Right? Yes or no? Let's just do this. What just happened? Do you think Fortnite is involved? Do you think Fortnite is involved? Yes or no? The Sony and Lego investment into Epic. Do you think Fortnite is involved? Because I think it's involved. I don't think that they're just going to launch something and have it be like a brand new IP, right? I don't think so. I would think they're gonna mesh this together with Fortnite and everything they've learned with Fortnite. I could see it being, the Fortnite universe or the Fortnite metaverse or a Fortnite MMORPG, right? Single player games have a future. A single player game has no future. Okay. Yes and no. I don't think we can say that like blanketedly, like in the discussion of Cyberpunk, because there are elements of the game that are meant to be ongoing, right? That's what I think, personally. I don't think you can say that like blank. I think that's true of very many single player games, but not all. Wouldn't Metaverse demand multiple IPs? I don't know. It's such a nebulous idea right now. What is the Metaverse? Isn't the Metaverse meant to be an extension of our own reality that we can go into and experience? And that's kind of what Roblox is, right? It's meant to be this thing of like, you're experiencing all these other games and it's hyper creative and there's all these various things that, you can do and create yourself or experience yourself, right? That's why the Metaverse as a concept is so hard to wrap my brain around. Not clearly in gaming. Why we play games? That's a great place to start. Many different Earths, says Jason Bear. So okay. Metaverse is now everything. It's a crap term. Yeah, like I didn't even want to put Metaverse in the title because I feel like it turns people off. People are like, Metaverse? What's that? Right? I'm like, huh? I think it's for their motives because it might cost less than CGI but look just as good if not better. In some small way, yes, but I think the bigger picture is that they want it on the storefront to battle in the Apple App Store. The Metaverse is already here and it's called Fortnite. See, that's somebody that I think agrees with my take. I think all roads lead to Fortnite. I think Fortnite is the centrality here. I do not think that this is just, oh yeah, we're gonna make a whole new game and call it the Metaverse. No, I think it's built on the backbone and inside the universe of Fortnite. The Legoverse, I just don't know. Lego is globally recognizable for sure, but I don't know if it's as good as Fortnite at this point. And for one simple reason. In the gaming world, Fortnite, I think, would be more recognizable, more popular, more broadly played and experienced. Now, somebody might debate me on that and say, no, Lego's been around longer. There's more games, there's more property baked in under the umbrella of Fortnite, but I don't know. It could be a Fortnite Lego hybrid. Like, you could put both names in the name, right? Lego Star Wars, Lego Fortnite Universe or something. I think they should stop calling it Fortnite. Does anyone actually remember the real game? If you stopped calling it Fortnite, that would be a massive mistake. That is such a recognizable brand. That's a globally recognized brand at this point. Metaverse is buzzword hype speak. Yeah, I don't even like using it for that reason. It's just something that all these corporate speak guys are using now. Oh, the metaverse, the metaverse. Lego could work building worlds, creating characters, and custom Lego lobbies. Yeah, Fortnite works for that too, does it not? I love the fighting games, Marvel versus Capcom etc. The metaverse is not just gaming, it's more like a 4D Second Life. Which I think Fortnite's built to contain that. I think Fortnite is built to contain that. If we could get 16 more likes, it'd be a really, really fast 100 likes on the video, and take the poll at the top of the chat. The Sony and Lego investment into Epic, do you think Fortnite is involved? 76% of you think yes. Now 24% of you say no. Why do you think Fortnite's not involved if you voted that way? There should be a Minecraft metaverse. Forget Fortnite and Roblox. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Fortnite's a very recognizable brand. They could certainly push in to do something similar to what Roblox has done. How long until Lego property licenses expire? There is no Legoverse. I feel like Metaverse is used to capitalize on Marvel because of the multiverse. Maybe Sony could help Valve out with the design of the Steam Deck 2. Sony engineering could have made the Steam Deck so much better. I think you're going to see other companies make Steam Decks, Alienware and stuff. I think that's going to happen eventually. First, we need to see what kind of VR support they get. As of right now, Unreal 5 is not very VR focused. I don't think you need VR for a metaverse experience. Do you? Does Rageless Roast ship to the cave I'm moving into? Why are you moving into a cave? This is probably the smartest investment Sony and Lego have done in the past few years. Epic Games have developed such a powerhouse of the Unreal Engine. There's no limits to what they can create. Akuta Papa says, Lego has been working on Meta Universe for a while. The Lego movies and so are built into the contained universe. By the way, Akuta Papa, you need to, if you want me to see those ats, you need to at Reforge Gaming. You're adding the old handle, and it doesn't highlight for me because it's not, the channel is Reforge now. Like, I know, I see it and I know to respond. I'm just letting you know. They don't need help with a Steam Deck. We saw that with Vita. Oh, come on. I think Vita was just ahead of its time. Yeah, I mean, I could see that Lego as a brand, it has been working on this idea for a while, right? You've got the movies, you've got the video games, you've got this huge Skywalker saga that just came out, and that could certainly help, you know, as far as brand recognizable. I think Fortnite's at the center of this. Vita was actually great. I just feel like it was ahead of its time. I'll have to watch it later, but unless Lego renews property licenses, they can't just use all those characters forever. Well, and see, I don't know if they would need to use those characters forever. Wouldn't a Fortnite Lego metaverse be its own thing? And you wouldn't need those characters because you'd be building your own worlds, your own games, your own characters, your own things. Oops, that's better. I'm trying to keep up with the changes. No, you're fine. You're totally fine. It doesn't bother me. I was just letting you know. It's like, it doesn't highlight for me. It highlights it in like orange when you use at Reforge. You need VR, says Butters. Anyone who has experienced VR will understand. Anyone who has not played VR won't understand, being that there is the way to go. I think if you want massive engagement with Metaverse, you can't make VR a requirement. Like, I don't think you can make VR a requirement if you make VR. If you make VR a requirement, I don't think you're going to help adoption into the Metaverse. I think it's too hard for people. Number one, they got to own the VR stuff, right? They got to own the VR stuff. They've got to want to own the VR stuff. They've got to enjoy VR stuff. I just don't think you can do that. If you make that a requirement, you're going to turn so many people off to it instantly. AR would be the way to go. VR is a requirement. Why is VR a requirement? I don't understand that reasoning. Just for the immersion? I think Metaverse would benefit more from augmented reality than virtual reality. Think about how accessible Pokemon Go was and how big it blew up. Yeah, I think AR makes more sense than VR. I think you can have both. But if you require VR, you're going to immediately turn people off to it. There are so many people that will just be like, I'm not doing it then. They won't even give it a second glance if you require VR. If VR is there and they say the fullest and best experience is with VR, that's fine. But if you make it a requirement, you're going to make it really, really difficult for lots of people to get in the door. They're going to be like, no, nah, man, I don't want to mess with VR. I don't want to wear that thing on my face. I don't want to have to buy that thing. I don't want to have to. I tried it once and it made me motion sick, right? If you're just tuning in, the Epic Sony news with a $1 billion investment from both $1 billion from Sony as well as Lego. I think this is all centered around Fortnite, personally. The Metaverse, they want to build like this meta, all-encompassing game. VR doesn't need to be a requirement. VR is actually going to be bigger in 5 to 10 years. Meta Quest 3 is supposedly going to be cheaper and more accessible to the general public. I think VR is going to be just fine. I think it's going to be an amazing sector in the market. I don't think it will be like high-definition televisions are. If you think of like market saturation and you think of like high-definition televisions and even gaming consoles, I don't think you're going to get market saturation at that level with VR. It's too easy for somebody to say that they don't like it, it feels weird, they don't like wearing it, they get motion sick. I think that barrier alone is always going to keep it it'll be a very successful category, but I don't think it's going to be market saturation levels of like consoles and TVs. VR in 5 to 10 years, we were told that 10 years ago. Because I think we've had this discussion before. VR will be a sector of the market, and I think that's always going to be a challenge. Because when it's just a sector of the market, then publishers are gonna limit funding. They're gonna say, well, you're selling to a smaller market, so we're gonna make less money, so we're gonna give you less money. I think budgets and projects are always going to they're always going to struggle to get funding. $300 currently. It will remove TVs out of the home. I can use AR, plant the TV on the wall, walk away, and come back, and it's still there. No, I don't think so. If you think VR is going to replace TVs in the home, no, I don't think so. 3D televisions didn't saturate the market for the same reason. People don't want to wear it, right? They don't want to wear something on their face. There is absolutely no way that VR replaces TVs. I don't think so. There's too many potential barriers to people doing it. I know everybody thinks it. It will. No. What are you going to do with the huge percentage of the population that just automatically doesn't like it, or doesn't want to wear something on their face, or has a bad experience with it, or gets motion sick? Like, even if the technology removes the motion sickness, you're still going to have that barrier of, I don't want to wear something on my face. They want to wear it until everyone around them is wearing it. No. 3D TV was crap. If you look at the industry, it's 100% removing TV. No. The television saturation in the market and the console saturation in the market will not be rivaled by VR saturation. Won't happen. No. Too many families, right? Too many people that don't like it. Too many people that don't want to wear something. Too many like, well, how do we all watch? Well, now we all have to wear something. We all have to have the visors. No, I don't think so. I think it'll have a great market share, but I don't see it supplanting television saturation across the globe. No way. Especially not in America. I just don't think so. The TV is too culturally, like, interwoven. I don't know. I'm telling you, 2075 rolls around. WTF is a TV. I think TVs will advance in their integration. I think you will literally buy a projection bar that you hang on the wall and you don't even see it, and it projects the TV down as like almost like a hologram. But I don't think you're going to remove that reality. A screen that you look at, no. You can't change you can't change eyeballs and brains, like the way that our eyes and our brains work. I don't think people are going to accept that. It's such a level that there's no such thing as a TV anymore. I just don't think so. I think TVs are going to get insanely advanced to where it's like translucent glass that you hang on the wall, or a projector like a bar, that you don't even need this big honking, piece of equipment anymore, right? But I don't think you're going to suddenly have everybody going to wearables and not having a screen that they look at anymore. I don't think so. People want Ready Player One too much. Yeah. I've modified my position on this pretty significantly. I think VR will be a huge part of the market, but it will not supplant the existing market of screens. The way that we use we use computers, the way that we use phones, iPads, TVs, everything is screen oriented. Like, it hasn't, I don't think you can change the way that people experience that type of media. You can't change the way our brains and eyeballs receive it. Now, the technology can get super advanced and get rid of motion sickness and make it massively, mass production and cheaper parts and more accessible to the common consumer. 100% that will happen. But that will not lead to the supplanting of a TV. I don't think so. It will once they overcome physical side effects. I don't know. I could see it becoming so culturally normative that a wearable is something you do at such a young age that the preference isn't there anymore. Right? Like, I could see like a generational shift where people say, what do you mean you don't want to wear something on your face? That's normal. That's normative now. What do you mean? That's just something that we all do. We've all accepted it, right? We've all accepted, that we carry around miniature computers in our pocket. We've all accepted that. I still wonder if you're always just going to have that. I just like it to be on a screen. I don't like to wear something on my face. What's the wearable market? How's the wearable market doing? The watches and stuff that have tried to make that comeback, because there was a generational shift away from wearables and it's kind of come back. Has it seen consistent growth? Has it stagnated? Let's all let Elon implant a PC in our brains. Right. It'll be generational, just like my grandfather wanted to read the paper. Physical side effects are literally able to be overcome You don't become motion sick if you keep doing it. Well, try and tell somebody that who gets motion sick. Just keep doing it. It'll go away. You tell me you've never been motion sick. They would need to literally remove that effect. Health wearables are pretty big. Wearables market is not that good. Apple Watch, only one worth anything. In the future, VR headsets will basically be glasses that are streamed. It won't always be a big headset. Right. Until the tech becomes like 5 to 10 units cost as much as one TV, so in a gathering or family, you could still wear and watch together. I mean, I could see a reality where that happens. So if you're just tuning in, the reason we're discussing VRs and wearables is because somebody said that if you want to do a metaverse, you need VR. And I was pushing back on it and saying, I don't think you need VR. I don't think so. So now we're kind of on the topic of like, will wearables become so common, so accessible, and so non-invasive that people will accept them in larger quantities, right? Or that it'll be, more generally accepted, right? So I actually think that there's a version of the future where I could see that being such a generationally accepted thing that what Butters is saying. People are like, what's a TV? What the frick are you talking about? I consume all my media from this. I just wear this. I've had my fully integrated glasses version 4 since I was, 10. And it's just a part of my life now. You're in your 20s or 30s and you've always worn a reality immersion wearable, then you won't think anything of it. I just think moving away from an actual screen has proven itself to be really, really challenging. It's been really challenging. Everything, like if you look at the way that we consume media, it's just gotten bigger and better. It's never moved away from the screen. From the invention of the television to now, we've just made the screens better and better and better and better and better. So I still think fundamentally the way that our eyes and brains receive information, I think moving away from screens is going to be really challenging. That's just my prediction. I'm not saying that there won't be a massively successful VR wearable industry. I don't know if you will fully supplant screens. Skip to 140? I don't do that. I'm not going pecking and hunting in videos and stuff while I'm live. Phenomenal discussion. As usual, I'm off to my non-AR enhanced drive to the auto shop for a non-VR oil change. Good luck. If you guys are enjoying the conversation, vote on the poll at the top of the chat. So, the Sony and Lego investment into Epic. We're covering the Epic Sony news with Lego and Sony both investing $1 billion each into Sony. Do you think Fortnite is involved? Take the poll at the top of the chat. Smash the like button. If you want to chime into the discussion, hit subscribe. That way you can join us in this discussion. You can already simulate a movie theater experience with VR. It won't be long, says Russell Stewart. We all want zoom features in our glasses. James says, that thought makes me sad. Why does it make you sad? We don't get away from having to see things until they inject the metaverse into our brain. That to me is scary. I've wanted to talk about this so much, right? Like, I've wanted to talk about technological integration and what I think what it's doing to us now and what it'll do to us long term. I think the more we integrate with technology, I think that it leads to a very dystopian future. I don't think our tech integration is on a trajectory of making us more humanity. Like, what's the word I want to use? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's good. I think it's proving itself in microcosms right now to be extremely bad for humanity, and it's magnifying psychological suffering and psychological issues. And so I think the more we integrate with tech, the worse off we are. I say that as somebody who is a YouTuber and plays video games and I exist in the technical realm as a business, right? No, I didn't hear about that, Demetrius. I honestly try not to read those articles because it just it doesn't it doesn't help my day. VR is way more humane than regular gaming. How so? How does integrating with technology at that level of immersion make you more humane? I don't understand. I know the last update caused uncontrollable seizures, but trust me, the latest firmware update is way better. The PlayStation 3D display allowed split screen with 2 players, and they'd get an entire screen of themselves wearing the glasses. Never seen anyone do it since. Such a cool idea. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's such a brilliant execution of it. Can you imagine both sitting down in your living room, and you and your spouse sit down and you both watch completely different programs? What are you watching? Oh, I'm watching, the British Baking Show. Oh, cool. What are you watching? Oh, I'm watching this great documentary. With Fortnite being Epic's moneymaker, golly, my nose is driving me crazy. It's got to be like the seasonal allergies or something, just itching and sneezing. I'm not like coughing or stuffed up. My nose just drives me nuts. With Fortnite being Epic's moneymaker, I think that they would include it in the deal to increase their Fortnite reach. Yes. I think Fortnite's at the center of this. I do. I think all roads lead to Fortnite. Everything they've been doing with that game, okay? Everything that they've been doing with that game, I think, is related to this. The building technology, the new traversal, the removal of building in the BR to test traversal movements and how people react to it, their big, massive live events, their frickin' concerts that they've done. Really think about that aspect of Fortnite. The Fortnite live events and the concerts and the experience they've been giving people. That's what the metaverse is trying to sell. The idea that you can experience life and experience like the world in another way. Like, you're not just going and shooting people and building stuff and playing a battle royale. You're actually booting up and having like an experience. Look what they did with the Travis Scott concert. So many things it could bring to the world. Didn't the article say it wasn't going to include Fortnite? They did not specifically state that. Now, they predicted that. Game Informer said, it's an engine. Okay, so they said this investment comes after Epic officially released the Unreal Engine 5 last week, an engine that will likely play a significant role in developing whatever non-Fortnite metaverse Epic has in mind. They are presuming that this is non-Fortnite. There's nothing to tell us that yet. They've not made an official statement like, oh, this will have nothing to do with Epic. Or Fortnite, I'm sorry. I think it gets undersold how people think about being able to see a concert by logging into Fortnite. That's a big deal. If there's anybody that's been ahead of the curve on doing metaverse-style content, it's been Fortnite. We need a mass-produced cheap standard like we have with RCA color TVs to IBM personal PCs to ThinkPad laptops to the first iPhone. It needs to be compact and function by itself. Augmented and virtual reality are already insane. Outside of consumer versions, if these things are significantly more advanced, they're already starting to integrate senses like touch through large-scale haptic feedback. Really? People are working on hand tracking for ASL. What gaming experience can you have to communicate in ASL? Right. Like giving people that can't move the ability to play games, or giving people that can literally play, with sign language, giving, somebody whose motor function or mobile function impaired, they can't move or whatever. Like they could play and do anything, especially if you hook it up to if you somehow hook it up to their brain and it functions off their senses, functions off, After the DualSense, people are going to want to experience that in VR. Those controllers, man, I want them. Well, it's not the gaming industry that drives this kind of tech. There's another big money industry that drives tech more. Oh, no. Yeah, adult X-rated content is certainly going to be a factor here. Yes. If that industry adopts it, it'll take off. Yep. No doubt in my mind. Not a single doubt in my mind that that'll play a part. VR is giving people experiences that they will never have. Also, Valve is working on a neural link for brain stuff. You're thinking too small, Lono. These plans are way bigger than Fortnite. Okay, when you hear me say Fortnite, I'm not talking about Fortnite as it exists right now. I'm talking about Fortnite as a brand. I think Fortnite will be the central brand of this. I don't think Fortnite as it exists right now is what I'm talking about. So I think you're saying I'm thinking too small. I think you're thinking too small about Fortnite. I'm seeing it as a brand, as a platform, as an engine that they've already done this in. They've already done metaverse experimentation in Fortnite with the live events, with the concerts, with the world events. They've already done this. This is not a new concept for them. And I think Fortnite's massive reach, I think the way they've handled their brand, I think that's why they've been doing all of that. The building, the mech suits, the planes, the vehicles, the removal of building, the traversal, experimentation, all of that was them basically saying, let's gather as much information as we possibly can about how the public will respond to this stuff. And can we do it at scale? And how many people can be involved? And how many people can connect? All of that is them preparing for something that's much larger than Fortnite Battle Royale. Yo, East Coast Overlord with a $5 tip. Someone made a glove that had haptic feedback in VR for $60. The tech is coming, it just takes time. Yeah, thank you for the $5 tip, by the way. What was I getting ready to say? Oh, I could literally see them saying Fortnite Battle Royale, and they would be like Fortnite Metaverse or Fortnite Universe, something like that. That's what I see them doing with the brand. It becomes this umbrella, it becomes this umbrella that can sort of be this overarching, brand. I see what you're saying, but Fortnite will basically be a country in the metaverse. No. It'll be the engine that it runs on. It'll be how they do it. So if you're going to build new games, new experiences, new worlds, and all of that in the metaverse, I think the backbone of it is Unreal Engine 5 and Fortnite. Now, that doesn't mean you can't build a world or a game in that and give it photorealistic graphics. Again, if you think that's what I'm saying, that's not. That's too simplistic. That engine and that game is incredibly agile. There's a reason they switched the Fortnite Battle Royale to Unreal Engine 5 to test all of what I'm talking about. Because Unreal Engine 5, that's the bedrock. All right? The next layer on top of that bedrock is Fortnite. And they would call it the Fortnite Metaverse or something like that, or the Fortnite universe, and you could build whatever you want in it. They already kind of have that with creative to a degree already. A Fortnite Metaverse with no VR sounds way better and way more in line with what will actually happen. Optional VR if you want to watch a concert. Oh, I'm sure that's what they would do. They would say, like, it's our first, like, unprecedented, never before experienced, you know, highly integrative and immersive concert experience, you know, optimized for such and such VR, right? They'll get one of the VR headsets to, like, help sponsor it. They'll have some big sales push to get people on that VR. Look up PSN Home. It was ahead of its time. Was a metaverse where you could socialize, game, and build your own spaces. Yeah, Dreams lets you do that. That game Dreams, doesn't it? Hitting all the catchwords. Right. The closest thing to the metaverse that we had was PlayStation Home. Yeah, it looks like Endeavor's saying the same thing you're saying, Jay, right? Butters says, $1,500 for a top-tier haptic suit. No great gloves right now, but you can make your own for $60. Jiminy Christmas, really? They can do what they want with Fortnite, and I'm sure it will be huge, but it passed me by. PS Home was way ahead of its time. Yeah, you do the VR exclusive content 2 or 3 times, and that'll push things forward immensely. Yeah, because people are like, I want to buy that. I want to have that, right? East Coast Overlord with another $5 tip. I think optional VR is the way to go. Valve has the current strongest headset, and VR chat is the best experience for VR, along with being open source. PlayStation Home wasn't very good, though, if you were actually around when it launched. I don't know if people are saying it's good. I think they're saying in principle it was ahead of its time. Dreams is a game engine you can make games on, basically. Yeah, somebody made like an entire Ratchet game in it. Dreams uses PSVR, and they create things others can experience. People on PlayStation love it. Yeah, I've seen some wild stuff. Hearing a lot of Sony being ahead of its time comments today. It was janky and full of weirdos, but it was ahead. But it was so ahead that people weren't sure what to do with it. Around what time do you see Fortnite shifting to all this? I don't know. I don't know, because my original theory was that they were building my original theory was they were building a Fortnite MMORPG. Like, that was my original theory. This thing that they just recently did, this funding that they got, I was like, oh, my theory was too small. Like, I need to adapt my theory. That I basically adjusted my theory. I was like, no, yeah, I need to adjust my theory. My theory was too small. My theory was too, unidimensional. I think it's going to be the backbone and the launch pad and the launching space in the universe for the metaverse. They could even call it the Fortnite Metaverse or something like that. Maybe not. I just think the brand of Fortnite is so recognizable and so big. They're Call of Duty like shooters. There's one called Contractors, and it has every COD map up until like Modern Warfare 3. It's crazy. I can only imagine what Epic can do. I say 2 to 5 years, says Mango. There's a lot of huge groups invested in the metaverse and buying land in it. It's expanding at a huge rate. How do you buy land in the metaverse? Like, where's it going to live? Who's housing that? The Fortverse? I don't know if you'd want to lose Fortnite as the... I don't know. Now, the market research may completely throw my prediction out of the water because they would say, yes, Fortnite is an incredibly recognizable brand, but it's too associated with Battle Royale, and that's going to be a huge turnoff for people. I tried to sign in on PlayStation Home to go play games inside of PlayStation Home. A lot of NFT scams out there. Look up Earth 2. Oh, golly. Anybody talking about Metaverse Land is a chump, and I don't take that serious. If you guys are enjoying the second talk show, we are wanting to go back to doing more talk shows. Make sure you're hitting subscribe, the like button. Make sure you're taking the poll at the top of the chat. All those things help us out. Helps new people find the channel. If you've never been here before, we did a talk show this morning about Cyberpunk, and now we are talking about the Fortnite centrality at Epic and how I think Sony and Lego's investment is heavily interwoven with Fortnite. I think Fortnite's at the center of all of this. Am I a chump saying that there's others invested in it? I don't think he's saying you're a chump. I think he's saying people trying to maybe sell it to you or buying it maybe is a chump. I don't know. Buying land in the metaverse is buying an NFT. At the moment, it's a terrible choice as the metaverse in its current state is worse VR chat. Fortnite Infinite is a no-go. Yeah, like I said, I could see them saying that, listen, we think Fortnite's too associated with Battle Royale. We need a new brand. We need a new name. And maybe that's where they see Lego assisting them. But again, the problem there is if, like what Dahlia has been driving at, is it's going to be a world of games, a world of worlds. So Lego would have a very good brand for that, like building blocks, building whatever world you want. But they'd have to quickly make it clear that not every game that you build or thing that you build is going to look like a Lego. Like, if someone wants to build a racing game, they may think like a Lego, a car racing game with Legos would be awesome. But they might also be like, no, I literally want to design my own cars. I want, super futuristic, sporty looking hover cars. And I don't want it to look like Legos. Like, they need to quickly let people see that you can build and do whatever you want in this metaverse. It doesn't need to look like a Lego. It's Fortnite. However, will they be able to use every IP that they used? It will be the Disney World of the metaverse. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think Fortnite as a brand has the elasticity to do that, but I don't know if that means they can have Marvel and all these video game characters and NFL teams shoved into it. I don't think they have like an infinite license with those IPs. I think all that stuff was very, very limited, right? I don't know. They have Marvel, Halo, and everything if they can. Okay, I hear you now. The way I see it, says Mango, once the everyday regular person or even just younger people start logging into the metaverse, everyone who owns land is going to be making money. Maybe. like maybe like you owning land in the metaverse right now, again, where is it housed? What is it? Is it on a, if this is a world building, planet building, game building metaverse, what does owning land there mean? That feels like almost like nonsensical, right? That would feel like, as an analogy, that'd feel like sitting next to, like, let's say you're talking to like the creator of everything. You're talking to God or whatever you conceive of, like what brought everything into existence. And you're like, hey man, I want to talk to you real quick. Before you create everything, I'd like to buy some land in your universe. He'd be like, well, what do you mean? Nothing's been created yet. Land where? None of the planets, none of the places, none of the universes exist. So what, huh? Lono, it means here's a map. I have to just draw. Would you like to buy a bit? It's yours. So if you're buying land in the metaverse, you're buying it from a company who's committed to building in the metaverse, and you're going to own part of what they build? That still feels really stupid. That feels stupid. You don't know what you don't even know what you're buying. I'd be like, I'm gonna make t-shirts. Do you want to buy one? Yeah. What do they look like? I don't know yet. Is it gonna be in my size? No idea. Well, what color is it gonna be? I don't know. What's gonna be on it? I don't have no friggin' clue. And then you get a baby t-shirt with a unicorn on it, and you're a biker that was hoping for a black t-shirt with a skull on it. Huh? What the frick did I buy? You don't even know what you're buying. Stop thinking logically and spend your money on it. Stop analyzing it from an economic or value transmission. It's a scam until it's not. That's why Upper has been going so hard at the Earth 2 creators. You can buy and sell lands now in the metaverse. But what am I selling? I'm going to make you a t-shirt. You have no idea what size, what color, what's going to be on it. You have no idea what even fabric I'm going to use. But I'm going to sell you a t-shirt, and it's a token. And you can use that token to get the t-shirt when the time comes. Or you could sell that token to somebody else who has no idea what the t-shirt's going to be. We don't know the fabric. We don't know the size. We don't know the... You know nothing. How are you buying and selling land in the metaverse that doesn't exist yet? Sorry, it's going to be a blip. That's a blip, and we're going to have another blip. That was YouTube switching ingest servers. There'll be like a follow-up blip. You might have to refresh. It can desync audio and stuff. YouTube's really, really making it hard to live stream these days. I don't know what's going on, but that was not me. I am sorry about that. You're buying and selling the ability to be a kingpin? No second blip, calling it? What, do you think they've smoothed out when we hop ingest servers like that? That'd be amazing if the front end settled down when that happens. That's one of the best things about YouTube, is that when a stream blip happens like that, it doesn't end the video. You're selling hopes and dreams. Listen, guys. We've got a new product coming out. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a wristwatch or a mug or a shirt, a bag of coffee. It could be a button, but I want you to buy it. And once we build it, you'll own it. Right? Second blip, Told you. Once we build it, you will own that thing that we're building. Right? I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a bumper sticker. It could be a bottle cap, a bowl, a t-shirt. It could be a rock. But you can buy it right now. And then you can trade your token that represents your ownership of the thing that we haven't built yet. What the huh? It's like, that's what I'm saying. That is crazy talk. It's crazy talk. Sounds like Star Citizen? No. I am not a Star Citizen apologist or a Star Citizen fanboy. No. When you buy something in Star Citizen, you get stuff. You get access. You can play. It is a tangible item that can be interacted with, played with, and experienced. Absolutely not. No, Aaron. I don't think that's fair. They are literally selling you land in the metaverse, and the metaverse doesn't exist yet. When you buy and you do become a founder and you support Star Citizen, you get stuff in the game and can play. It's if the metaverse existed right now and you bought a plot of land and it was totally random and you went in the game and there's your plot of land, this conversation would be very different. Yeah, Star Citizen's a transaction for goods. They're totally services rendered, like goods rendered, or whatever the frick term you would use. You get the things. Star Citizen, you at least know what you're paying into. Not the case with the metaverse. Right. Right. Can I get a 2-for-1 deal? Land in the metaverse and land on Mars? Yeah. Yeah. You'll never be able to live there in our lifetime, so sure, I'll sell you some land on Mars, you know? I also have some property on Uranus you'd be interested in. Earth 2 sells you a hexagon overlaying a Google Earth map. Depending on where the hexagon lies, depends on its value. No, okay, so hang on a second. Okay, so this is different then. That's at least something. So Earth 2 is going to recreate the Earth in their game, and when you buy property, there is a tangible piece of that Earth that you will own. Okay, that's a little less crazy talk. It's still a little loony, but it's not as crazy as what I was thinking it was. So if they're saying, listen, our contribution to the metaverse is going to be a fully recreated planet Earth, and you can buy land on that Earth. They say it's not a game? What? Earth 2 at least has a finite amount of land to sell. Yeah, I mean, what if you get a piece of the Atlantic Ocean? Beachfront property. Literally. You're just in the water. Just so you know, YouTube sent me here automatically. From where, Ghostface? What were you watching? We've been really struggling. This morning was a little bit better. This afternoon, we're shaky again, and then we had a blip. So that's, there's nothing we can do about that. That's a technical thing. So I'm interested where you came from. What were you watching? Dectrinland is also basically like a virtual world where a lot of brands like Sony, Adidas they bought properties. There's even fashion shows where brands like Knuckle and Gabbana invest. Oh, like Dolce. You missed Dolce and Gabbana. You put Docle. I was like, what is Docle? It's all crazy talk. Most important question about Earth 2, can I buy the core? I bought the planet's core, so screw all of you. The game's going to be grand opening, grand closing. Like somebody destroyed Earth 2. It took all of 2 seconds. You'll get to play on a raft in the metaverse. Yeah, and you're going to like it. Once you buy into it, you're already in the hole. I was watching another live stream, and when it ended, this stream started. Was it my live stream or somebody else's? Pimptastical with a new membership. Man, thank you so much. We're trying to get 5 new members a day. That's the 3rd new member of the day. Enjoy your dope badge and emotes. You're dope and deserve dope stuff. For the first time ever, we are offering members-only content on this channel. Thursday afternoons, a members-only stream to submit questions, hot takes, opinions about any of the gaming topics I haven't covered. And then Friday nights, a stream with my wife. That is now members only when her and I stream and play together. We're having drinks and laughs every Friday night. Once a month, that Friday night stream is a community game night where only members can watch and play, okay? The community game night this month will be April 22nd. Friday night, April 22nd, we'll be playing Fortnite no-build squads, okay? I don't care if you don't like Fortnite. We can have fun with it, all right? It's a free game that you can install anywhere. Come on, bring your drinks, bring your laughs. It'll be fun, but you do need to be a member. We'd love to see the membership continue to grow. That's why we're adding the membership initiative. We're also doing a membership initiative on Reforge Radio. Every Friday afternoon, Madam will join me for a members-only stream, and you can ask her questions about all the topics we're covering on Reforge Radio. So this week, we already covered Will Smith basically getting banned from everything. And then today, we'll be talking about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp lawsuit. So if you want to know what my wife thinks about that stuff, that's another membership incentive on our other channel. I just burnt my wrist making pizza. Can I get an L? Can you hold it with a burnt wrist? Oh, anyway. A dad joke with modern day lingo. It's difficult to do those. Those are hard. Those are hard jokes to pull off. Now, of course, we only take Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency because, you know, it's the future. We've all decided centralizing banking is rigged, so we trust more in Ponzi schemes. Let's just hope EA doesn't get involved. They could make a stable game with over 100 players. Imagine the problems of 7.9 billion characters. That was the only funny Lono has made all day. According to you. According to you. We're also trying to get 5 coffee orders every day. So we have 3 members and 3 coffee orders. We need 2 more members and 2 more coffee orders. We could hit that every day. I don't got to worry about anything else. We don't got to worry about anything else if we can do that. Viewership and likes, who gives a frick? What a burn. There you go. Sony provides a superior platform with supreme moves every step of the way. So you're a big fan of Sony. EA is already making an NFL VR game. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Saxboy says the possibility of there being only one metaverse seems near impossible. That's the question. Who gets to launch it and run it and accept people into it? Don't you see? Like, oh, the metaverse is going to be incredible. Really? Well, who gets to run the dadgum thing? And how are you going to plug everybody into it? So let's say, you know, that Epic builds a metaverse with like Lego and Fortnite, and it's their own thing, and it's awesome, right? That's their metaverse, is it not? Well, no. The metaverse is going to be every game and world connecting. Okay? Well, okay, so what? But who determines who gets in? Who's running it? Who's the architect? Right? There's definitely going to be multiple metaverses. Doesn't that defeat the entire purpose, definition, and concept? Right? Doesn't that defeat the entire purpose and concept? This is Metaverse 5. Come on, you know what I'm saying, right? Give me a second. would. Right now. Not everyone will work with Facebook. Done this all 20 years ago. Yeah, Second Life. Second Life was ahead of the curve. Big time. Big time. Second Life was ahead of the curve, man. They were doing this stuff way before anybody else was. Instead of clicking a link to go to a new webpage, you click on a door to walk to a new webpage. The metaverse means one place, one place. Right, that's the whole concept. Wait, is that essentially how we're supposed to understand this? Is like the metaverse is the evolution of the internet? But right? Is that how it's going to work? Like right now, who owns and operates the internet? Well, nobody. You use the internet to connect and go to websites. So there'll be different metaverse like browsers that you launch from, like Chrome, Firefox, and all of that, and you go in and there's just games, worlds, experiences, right? Storefronts. Someone owns the backbone, though. AT&T owns the majority of the backbone of the oceanic lines. That's the tech, right? Yeah, the backbone. Yeah. That's the question then. Who's going to own that? Who's going to build that? Wait, is the infrastructure that the metaverse is going to run on and basically servers in the internet? Is that all it's going to be? So they'll build a metaverse code like HTML and domain names, and that's how you plug in and get your game and storefront on the metaverse? I'd love to see it get hacked. I mean, that's how the internet works right now, right? You can have a website, you can have a storefront, you can have all of that, and it can get hacked. But you can't like hack the internet. The internet's just a term that we use, and that's like where all the stuff is. But you can't be like hack the internet. Well, I hacked all of it. You know, hack the Gibson. There can't be a single metaverse because that would require all these massive tech companies to cooperate on a single project. Each will want its own version of the metaverse, though, for sure. do some research into it. It's fascinating. See, but the problem is I'm really busy, and I did a bunch of effort and time researching NFTs, and nobody wants to hear about it. So like, it just isn't worth my effort and time and mental strain to research something that people don't like hearing about. And the metaverse feels very similar. What are you talking about? I already won the internet. Coined the term meta dive. Oh, every website in existence, every domain with meta on the front end's probably bought. Watch the video that Josh Strife Hayes did about the metaverse. It explains a lot. Why research something that people have no idea how it will develop? Well, you can research, like, I suppose you could research the concepts and stuff. Like, my struggle with it is that I spend a lot of time grappling with understanding and figuring out NFTs to both discuss and criticize them. And every time we try to cover NFTs, it's not worth it. No one wants to freaking hear about them. Like, really big YouTubers and stuff can cover it and criticize it, but like, I don't know. Maybe I should have gone super, super strong negative opinion with my NFT coverage. I think maybe people thought I was, like, promoting NFTs. They're like, nope, not clicking. People can debate whether they think NFTs are the future, but the metaverse will be a version of what the future of shopping and experience, whether it's 10 years or 50, it will happen. It's natural development. The point is control of the people. Oh, here we go. Are you one of the people that believes in like the global conspiracy that like there's a global organization that's trying to control all of us? Or are you being sarcastic? People are either super into NFTs or not at all. People are either waiting to make money from NFTs or have already figured out that they can't. Yeah. Yo, what's good, Dylan? Sorry I've been missing the streams this week. Stuck training a new hire while working from home. Got the light Rageless Roast. I've been loving it. Oh, nice. I'm glad you're enjoying your Rageless Roast. We've been having some newer people buy it and try it, so I always like hearing from folks who've gotten it for the first time and what they think. NFTs are a product, metaverse is a concept. Blockchain tech is control of people? What? The deep state owns the metaverse. That's right. Yo, what's good, Batwood, what's an NFT? It's called a non-fungible token. Blockchain technology is essentially a digital ledger for online transactions and moving money around and stuff like that. Blockchain technology is actually really strong because of the way that it works. It's less penetrable because what it does is each line of code takes a piece of the previous and the next. So it's blockchain, right? An NFT is when you own a portion of the blockchain, and it's called a non-fungible token. I don't know what you're supposed to do with it. other than change your avatar on Twitter to a monkey smoking a cigarette. Blockchain tech is to control people. Yes, they can track all transactions. So you think prior to blockchain, they couldn't track everything that you do? They know how many socks you have in your house. What are you talking about? Try it again with the title, Are NFTs a Scam? No, I would just say NFTs are a scam. Like, Facebook has multi-level marketing Huns. You know, if you've ever seen that on Reddit, Huns, the Hey Huns. And that's, you know, the multi-level marketing of like, you know, buy this thing and then sell it to your friends and sell it to your friends and sell it to your friends. So like Facebook has Huns and like the tech world has crypto bros. You know what I mean? They're all about it, man. It's the future. They have 100% drank that Kool-Aid, baby. It's a decentralized, unregulated currency, and you're gonna want to get in on it. Really? What's gonna happen when they regulate it? How long is that gonna take? Not long. Clock's ticking. They're coming. What are you gonna do when that happens? It's like your number one selling point of NFTs is it's a decentralized, unregulated market. Yeah, and that's why 80% of NFTs and NFT pushes have been scams because it's unregulated. Like, has no inherent value. No one knows how many socks I have. Some countries have already banned crypto. Yeah, what are you going to do when they do that? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is, as I understood it and studied it, it's being implemented in banks. I'm a cash-based business, and they can't be tracked unless I put it in a bank. I mean, okay, so if you're a cash-based business, how many of those are in existence right now? Like, stay away from blockchain technology. They're going to be able to track everything that you do. They can literally track everything you do right now, unless you're the 0.0001% that only deals in cash. So you can't, I don't know. If you're all cash, I'm assuming you're paying no taxes. Cash-based business, so a drug dealer. I actually there was a problem with that here locally. There were a lot of lawn care businesses that were cash only. It was kind of a controversy for a while. People were like on Facebook, they were like, are there, there was at least I think 2 or 3 major lawn care businesses that were basically like franchises, and they were doing cash only. And people were like, don't deal with these guys. Yeah, barbers, street vendors, yeah. I could see doing it, but why wouldn't you just do it? Because you're turning away customers. A lot of people don't carry cash. The drug dealers here take Venmo, Apple Pay. It's 2022. You get picked up by an Uber, Welcome to New York. We're going to take you. You need any drugs? Any hookers? No? Okay. Just your hotel. Right away, sir. They're like, I got the square back there. Just swipe whatever you want. Be politically correct. They're called street pharmacists. People use the cover of NFTs to do scams, but NFTs are a scam. Oh, you're saying, or are you trying to say they use the cover of NFTs to do scams, but NFTs are not a scam? If I make digital art and sell it, every transaction involving that NFT gives me a 5 to 10% as the creator and the current user holds the NFT. But what are they holding? What is it? What have they paid for? Some of the guys that have done the art have 100% scammed people. They still own the rights to the art. It's theirs, and every time it gets traded, they make money. And what's being traded? It's a line of code. What is it? What is it? It's just an image. Okay, so what did they pay for? What have they received? What have they been given? What's the value? A collectible like a baseball card that has no inherent value. It's nothing. They own a copy of the art? Yeah, I can Google the Mona Lisa and save it to my hard drive. I mean, what? Akuda Papa says, the cash-only people are stupid. Unless you are using non-serialized cash, it's tracked to heck. The government knows. Maybe. Are you over 40? Maybe it's a Zoomer thing. Wait, so is this my first experience with somebody being ageist toward me? Oh my gosh, I feel so honored. Are you talking to me? So you think because I actually am 40, I'll be 41 this year, you think I'm too old to understand it? I really hope you're talking to me. You can say it's nothing, but there's people who want that limited edition baseball card. No. I didn't say the limited edition baseball card was nothing. I said the NFT was nothing. Somebody wanting it doesn't mean it's something. Look good for 40. I thought late 20s at the most. Oh, thank you. I think that's what it is, Lono. You just don't understand the way of the future. Yeah. I think it may be something you have to grow up on, like short form content. You look good. Thank you. Time to start an OnlyFans called I'm Actually 40. Here's the problem with you with the idea that I'm like too old to understand it or I have to grow up with it, okay? It's wrong at so many levels. So at one level, it's wrong because I grew up with and I have been lock in step with every technological advancement. Because of my age, I'm in a unique position. I'm not like these kids who grow up with, a thumb in their mouth and an iPad in their left hand. Like, I got to walk through every technological advancement. I had to learn and adapt at every stage of my life. I was a part of that to the point that I was able to build an entire business centered around my knowledge with graphic design, all self-taught, my knowledge of building and maintaining and networking a business through local chapters and chambers of commerce and everything else, and then adapted into and evolved with the live streaming environment and content creation for the past 7 or 8 years. So the idea that I'm too old to understand it doesn't make any sense given everything I've experienced and had to do. My parents saw the technological advancement of their time as well. It doesn't mean that they understand the current tech. But it wasn't integrated at every stage of their life, Abe. Like, they could, like, my parents and grandparents could glide over a lot of that stuff because it wasn't fully integrated into every stage of life. At every stage of my life, like, computers got fully integrated into the classrooms and video games, and then cell phones, and then the internet, and then YouTube, and then, like, online gaming. Like, at every stage, that's been so fully integrated into my life. It has never been something that I could just glide over. It's like, no, this is so, it's a centrality to my existence. So the idea that, like, technology is such a centrality, such a thing that I actually don't think that there's well enough books written on this about technological integration. It's been a huge thing I've been banging on lately. Like, we don't fully understand what it's doing to us as human beings because we've so fully integrated. Like, the idea that, like, oh, you just don't understand it. It's like, no, I have literally walked down the rabbit hole 18 different times with people, and no one can tell me what I'm getting. It's total subjective perceptive value all the way down. It's turtles all the way down, right? Well, I'll be frank, just because you understand tech doesn't make you any less of a boomer. Shut up, Robert. Thank you for 3 months. Frick you. Hilly said, okay, boomer. This is the example I gave the other day. This is a while ago. If there was literally zero market to resell a car or a home, the items have intrinsic inherent value. Shelter, metal, resources, parts, even if the car stops running, right? Even if the house is in a terrible neighborhood or it's run down, even if the house has no electricity or running water, it still has intrinsic value. NFTs have no intrinsic inherent value. It is purely perception. And it's only perception. There needs to be a maintained interest and market, or the value evaporates. A good example of this is really, really old baseball and football cards, okay? That market dried up. It's not this big, huge thing anymore. People still buy cards and collect cards, sure, but, well, maybe it might actually be at a higher level than it's ever been. I actually don't know. But if that market, let's just say that market completely dried up and nobody cared at all about those, and the value of those cards went down, I would still have something that I could do. I could hand it down to my son. He could look at it. He could hold it. It could be used for raw materials, right? You could recycle them all and use them. At some level, there's still some intrinsic inherent value. And NFTs don't hold any intrinsic inherent value. If the market loses interest, there is literally nothing you can do with it. Nothing. It's a line of code that nobody cares about. That's why it feels like a pyramid scheme, because the only way you maintain interest, the only way you maintain value in the NFTs is you need more people to see the value. Why do you think NFT companies and crypto bros all sound like NFT evangelists? Why? Because without more people jumping in the funnel and caring and feeding the market and wanting them to have value and seeing them as having value, if that doesn't happen, then they hold no value. Like, they only hold value if the market sees it. It's like a pyramid scheme. It's like you only make money if you convince all these other people to buy in and basically sell the product for you. You only increase NFT's value and perceived market worth if you get more and more people to buy in. And if they don't, then the value evaporates like vapor. Pff, gone. You're absolutely right, but that's digital art. But digital, oh my gosh. But the problem is, though, you're calling it digital art, and that's not how NFTs are being implemented in mass. That's an expression of NFTs, and I actually think that's probably one of the only ways that it could become like a viable item of value. You'd have to get so complex with it. You'd have to get really complex with you making the artwork unique every time, retaining the value, making it something that cannot be stolen. Digital art is, oh my gosh, the value is so tenuous. That's literally the only thing. Everything else that's being attached to NFTs is just a total freaking joke. Digital art is probably the only avenue that it might take shape and last. Everything else it's not gonna last. There's too many scams and it's too tenuous. Cosmetic items in a game. Oh, it's attached to an NFT, so you get to take it with you. Take it with me where? You can sell it on the NFT market. Who wants to buy that if in 5 to 10 years that game is gone? Oh, but it'll be rare. But what will be rare? The game is gone. It's a line of code at that point. There's nothing there. Like, I've looked at this I've tried to be charitable about it. I've looked at this from every angle I possibly can, and I'm like, no, it's a pyramid scheme, because the only way value is maintained and increased is more people have to come in, which means more NFTs have to be made, which means more NFTs have to be owned. It's just pyramid scheme fiat value. It's not real. The whole idea of NFT and cryptocurrency is to goad people into buying into something, increase the value, and then hoping you're the one not left carrying the bag. That's exactly right, Matanagi. That's why it feels like a pyramid scheme. It's just so right for pump and dump. That's why so many people have pumped and dumped, because they know the truth. They're selling you a bill of goods so that then they can be the one walking away with all the money. Fiat value like a car. No, like, I think I used that word properly, right? Fiat money is when they just keep making more, right? All kinds of money that are made legal tender by a government decree or fiat. The term, however, actually is reserved for legal tender paper money or coins that have face values far exceeding their commodity values and are not redeemable for gold or silver. Fiat money. It's a type of money. Okay, maybe I didn't use that properly. I thought the idea was when they just keep making new bills and they're not actually, there's no increased value in what the bill is attached to. The only thing of value that could be maintained is like comic books art. In a market that thrives on grading and quality, NFT is a place where that doesn't exist. Only reason you pay for it is you can't do it yourself, and it's what you wanted. Oh, what did Killshot say? Control Alt V has all the arts. I always explain NFTs as basically buying a star. No real value, one of a kind, billions of them, but at least the star is real. Fiat is print all the money you want money. Which is what NFTs feel like. You just keep creating new ones over and over and over again. As far as the images, let's say there was a tech for displaying the images like your disc plates in public spaces. NFT technology can show you have the rights to use that image and block from others. How much you think that U.S. can be in debt before foreign investors lose confidence? We're not talking about that, though. Like, I am not at that level of expertise to engage in, like, our currency's not backed by gold, right? Like, I can't engage that conversation. I've not studied it. I've not studied, like, the global economy at the realm of, like, okay, so at what point, does our debt become, a destructive force? I can't. But when it comes to NFTs and value and how it feels like a multi-level marketing scheme, I can 100% look at it and be like, no, this is a freaking joke. He's talking about copy and paste. So the art you wanted then made an NFT, they can just take it. I was saying, yeah, but it's exactly what you wanted and asked for. Oh. But again, what are you spending money on? What are you actually getting if it can be stolen for nothing? I can screenshot all your images and none of them will ever be unique out of a completely unused NFT system. Yeah, like, unless it literally spits out like a randomized item that cannot be duplicated in some way. That's quite literally the only way that this works. Is if they come up with new technology for the artwork to be randomized and unique, so you have a unique version of it, and then can't be stolen. Now you could say, well, but I can go buy posters and framed art from the store and it's all been duplicated and replicated and hang it in my house. What if I want like a virtual art room and I buy all these NFTs for all these virtual pieces of art and I think it's great? Again, I guess like what it only works within the NFT system, like Distorted said, because if not, I could just steal all those pieces of art. Just got in. What's even going on with Sony right now? So we got onto the subject of NFTs because Epic and Sony are working together. Sony has invested $1 billion, so has Lego. Lego's invested $1 billion into Epic Games because they want to heavily invest in basically the metaverse. I think all roads lead to Fortnite. That's what this stream was supposed to be about. We're an hour and a half in, and we clearly have not. People. This is why I was worried about covering this, because whenever we've covered NFTs, I've gotten the same results. Like, no one's going to YouTube and searching for it, and no one's going and looking for stuff about the metaverse. Because I think generally people don't care, or they're like, this is either too weird or too odd, or I think it's a scam. Like, we've had the same experience whenever we've tried to cover NFTs. Like, we do not get good results. So I get annoyed because I'm like, I'd rather talk about something else. Like, no, that's not the way to say it. I actually like talking about NFTs and things like the metaverse, but people literally do not care. They're just like, anytime we've tried to cover subjects like this, it's our core audience, and the rest of YouTube doesn't care. There's nobody searching for it, nobody looking for it. Obviously, the crypto bros are probably out there searching and finding videos and stuff. Yes, some people cover NFTs and crypto very well, but generally speaking, as a gaming channel, anytime we've tried to cover this stuff, it hasn't gone well. I don't understand what NFTs are and what I would do in a metaverse. So the easiest way I can explain the metaverse to you is it's essentially going to be the evolution of the internet. So right now, the internet is this giant place you can go, and you can go wherever the frick you want. Any website, any storefront, whatever. Imagine the metaverse being akin to that you can go in, and there's games, worlds, experiences, places, stores, concerts, anything you could think of, and you go to the metaverse to search and find and experience those things. That's the best way I can explain it as I presently understand it. As people have described it today, and its potential. So it's not like somebody's going to... It's not like somebody is going to... this is the one with the doorbell. I'll take it out of the playlist. Is this a song with the doorbell? Yeah, this is it. Reverse the time. Hang on. I can take it out of the playlist. It's near the bottom here. Oh, I can't add it to the playlist. Yeah, I can't add it to the playlist. It's not mine. I have to do this thing where I copy the playlist and make it my own. And I don't like doing that because they'll add music to this playlist and then I won't get it. That's a good explanation. The metaverse basically sounds like the Chappelle skit if the internet was a real place. Metaverse will be 90% porn or it won't be popular. I mean, it'll become, I think, a reflection of the internet to a certain degree, yes. Who's at my door ringing the bell every time I hear this song? I'll be interested in the metaverse when it's Ready Player One. Until then, PC gaming is good enough for me. So essentially, it's custom games with anything you can imagine. Like you could do crazy COD maps, but with Fortnite weapons and such. You can do a Dark Souls map and such. See, the problem is I actually think that right there, that optimism and that level of freedom is where I say no. I don't think so. You're not going to be able to just steal stuff and make your own. I don't think that's going to be a thing. Now, could you go into the metaverse and go to the Fortnite galaxy and make stuff there? Yes, but you're not going to be able to just like steal from all these companies and make your own video game and then potentially profit. You'd have to be working within their system and then potentially then selling it and they make money as well as you. Eugene says, if I've learned anything about tech, it's that emergent tech usually fails. When it doesn't, it never emerges how people think it will, and most importantly, I don't have to be sold on its viability. It's painfully obvious how beneficial new technology will be. I don't have to be convinced or converted. I think this is a good word, and I've referenced this before. I think Eugene may have made this point the last time we talked about this, and I remember springboarding off of it. I remember thinking a phone that was 100% touchscreen, I was like, that sounds ludicrous to me. It's not going to have buttons. It's not going to have buttons, right? And I was like, I don't know. That sounds ridiculous. And then I picked up the iPhone and used it. And I was like, oh, it was immediate. I didn't have to sit there and have some like sales bro give me an explanation about it. It's going to be so immersive. The world at your fingertips. Platitude, 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 platitude. It's really going to revolutionize the phone and your daily life. I didn't need that. I picked one up and I was like, oh yeah, look at this. You have to make your own assets, but you can recreate it. Like, there are millions of hours of footage. Look into Rec Room. But you're acting like intellectual property and copyright law isn't going to come in and disrupt that. If you start basically, like right now, nobody cares if you go into Dreams and you create Ratchet and Clank. They don't care. For now. You go into the metaverse and you start recreating assets from other video games and making money and profiting, you will disappear. They will Thanos snap you out of the metaverse so fast. My phone has 2 buttons. Yeah, mine has 3: volume up, volume down, and power. I guess 4. It's got the little vibration mode switch. So 4. 3 on this side: volume up, volume down, vibrate. And then the power button. That's all I got. Yeah. When it first launched, the iPhone had 1 central home button, and then it had the 2 volume, the vibrate switch, and the power. So it had right now I have 4. It had a 5th at that time. In that analogy, you didn't see the benefit from the sales pitch, but once you tried it, you realized, could that not be applied here? You hear the crypto bros try to explain it. Because no. The difference there is, Harry, what is there for me to experience? I go and I buy the non-fungible token. I got to create the wallet. I got to get the crypto. I got to pick which currency, and then I buy the non-fungible token. Okay. What about that do I need to experience? I intellectually understand it. It's not an experiential thing. It's like the difference between knowing that honey is sweet and tasting that honey is sweet, right? You can intellectually know and understand and even refer to past experiences of what sweet things taste like. And someone could describe honey's flavor to you and you could have an intellectual understanding. But until you taste it, you have no idea. In that analogy, there wasn't a sales pitch. Yeah, there was no sales pitch. I literally picked up the phone and I was like, holy frick, this is amazing. And with NFTs, there's nothing to experience. What, the experience of me buying cryptocurrency and then going and buying the NFT? What is that going to do? That's VR. Try it and you will realize. Yeah, but the problem with VR, much like the iPhone, there are people that try it and don't like it. There are people that tried the iPhone and didn't like it. There were people that, to this day, that don't like touchscreen phones. On what you're saying, Microsoft Flight Sim is a flight metaverse. The payware projects have to get permission from Boeing, Airbus, Textron to use to make the aircraft for money. Star Citizen NFTs, you get ships. That's not an NFT. I don't think Star Citizen's doing NFTs. NFT is a non-fungible token. A cosmetic in a game is not an NFT. It isn't. There was a sales pitch in the analogy, though. You noted how you didn't buy into being told about how the phone with no buttons would work. No. I was actually saying I didn't need a sales pitch. I worked for the dadgum store. And when I saw the concept, I said, that seems ridiculous. When they showed up to the store, I touched one, held it, moved around and did some stuff. And I was like, this is revolutionary. Like, that's all it took. It took 60 seconds. There was no sales pitch. That was the point I was making. I didn't need somebody to sell me on the iPhone. I picked it up and I used it. No, thanks, Mama. The experience of NFTs is basic. This is going to be like, what, the fourth or fifth time we'll see it fail, and we'll see it fail 3 or 4 more times before it lands in a workable structure. I bought the first BlackBerry. I bought the first Android. I didn't need to be sold. Hate to say it, but Metaverse seems like it's NFT and crypto now. If we have another topic like this, leave Metaverse out of it. Yeah, I almost didn't put Metaverse in the title. I almost didn't. Because we're trying to double topic, which I don't think really works if you don't have really, really strong topics. I think that's part of the problem. This wasn't a super... We've done this before, like when Zynga bought... Take-Two bought Zynga, and we covered that. That didn't do well either. I don't think people care about the business side of things. I just don't think that they do. Our audience and YouTube, I just don't think gives a frickin' rip. They'll get that. The videos that cover it, like video game news outlets, those videos will do fine because they basically break the story. But that's not what we do here. We do discussion and dialogue and debate. And we literally, every time we've tried to cover anything, I was nervous about this topic for that reason. I didn't have a super strong opinion to put on the thumbnail to try to get people in here other than I think Fortnite is at the center of all of this. Well, after 30 or 40 minutes of talking about that, it's like, okay, there's not much else to say. It's just a big investment from Sony and Lego, and we got on Metaverse, and now we're on NFTs. Was there anybody that was here and left because of the topic? I'm not explaining it. Okay, so, Robert, what I mean is, I can go right now and see we're getting 0 results from search. Why? No one's searching for this on YouTube. I'm not specifically talking about the core audience. The core audience has been very stable and reliable. I'm literally saying There is nobody going to YouTube right now and searching for this. They just don't care. They'll get the news from like a gaming breaking story like channel or whatever that breaks it like, oh man, 1 billion, you know, they'll watch Yang Ye or whatever. But in general, like our channel thrives on the discussion, and like anytime we've tried to discuss the business side of things, Take-Two buying Zynga, NFTs from Square Enix, NFTs from Doc, and this, we've seen that, like, man, I just don't think YouTube gives a rip, right? It's interesting to hear your take on it. No. That's the thing. I actually like talking about it. I 100% enjoy talking about Metaverse, NFTs, crypto, the future of how they're trying to bridge these two worlds. I actually really enjoy talking about it. I really enjoy talking about how I think Fortnite is 100% the center of Epic's strategy and future and Metaverse integration. Like I think Fortnite's at the center of it. I actually like talking about it. But to me, it's just so clear. I actually think people are leery of all of this because it all seems super, it seems super scammy. I think people have an aversion to it because it just seems super scammy. It's like, I don't know, bro. What are you talking about? Metaverse and VR and AR and Ready Player One. Okay, bro. I think people are super skeptical. If you wanted to search this topic, it probably wouldn't be on YouTube. Even then, I think it hits the news. Everybody saw it, and they go, oh, cool. And they move on, right? They're not like, oh, man, we got to go chop that up. That's pretty big. You see what I'm saying? Like a patch or an update for a video game or announcement or like a game studio is criticized or something gets shuttered or something gets canceled. I think people want to talk about those things. I think it's the caring bandwidth. So many terrible things going on right now. People don't have the bandwidth to care about gaming industry business. Yeah, that's a good point, Sean. They're just like, I don't care. You know? Yeah, Google would drive people here. We've actually had that happen. It's been really dope when we cover something and we get a ton of traffic from Google. Those videos are great. Are we skipping radio? I see no entry. No, we're doing the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Oh, I didn't type it up, Creature. Yeah, we're doing Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. I didn't type it up. I am so freaking sorry. I have my entire write-up typed up. I did a ton of research last night into what happened, and I forgot to type up title and description and keywords. Can you do it? I've done this before. I didn't mean to do it again. It was an accident. I must have slipped my mind because we did all the type-ups and write-ups last night before I went upstairs for dinner. I had faith in the idea of the metaverse until Facebook entered the chat. It's a good Google headline. Yeah. Where's your write-up? I need to see your direction. I can tell you my direction is that I've adjusted my take on thinking that Depp's 100% innocent. I've adjusted my take on that, but I think she has shown a pattern of egregious dishonesty. That's my 30,000. I'll break down why. I'm not going to give anybody my argumentation now. I'm not going to spoil the show. But yeah, that's my basic flyover. Is I've adjusted my take. I think I was 100%. This is garbage. He didn't do anything wrong. I can't maintain that position, and I'll tell people why. But I firmly am landing on she's the villain in the equation, and yeah, I've got a lot to base that on. I pulled up a lot of different reports and articles and interviews. I'm sure more is going to come out the next couple of 6 weeks or whatever. They're live broadcasting the court trial right now, too. Lots of nasty stuff coming out. Yeah, I'm sure we can get really good keyword traction on it because everybody's probably wanting to talk about it. I'm on the verge of getting the Fortnite Battle Pass. Life is not good. Companies vying to control how this emerges is the first red flag. Yeah. Instead of it being organic, people are trying to force their idea of it. Which trial? The Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. That's what we're talking about this afternoon on radio. Any thoughts on the 2 guests that I thought of, or did I strike out? I haven't had a chance to reach out to anybody because I would need a topic to reach out to them with, and so I just have been too busy. I haven't booked any guests recently because I've just been way too busy. Yeah, we'll talk about it over there, Sean, because I actually think they're going to have a really hard time. His side's going to have a hard time, which I think is unfortunate. Hey guys, new here. I came after the Elden Ring chat. Great content here. Greetings from Brazil. Oh, thank you. Welcome. I appreciate the support. We try to cover all kinds of different topics here. Sadly, this one really fell quick for us. I actually thought maybe we should have really just tied this to Fortnite, but I feel like that's the other thing that we struggle with when we try. Well, no, actually, we should have tied this to Fortnite more, maybe. Maybe we should have tied it more to Fortnite. Speaking of Fortnite, our community game night this month will be Fortnite on April the 22nd, Friday night. We're going to play Fortnite Squads. And we're going to do the no-build squads. We're going to be drinking and laughing. And as long as you're a member, you can partake. We are adding members-only streams now and events. Yeah, when we covered the Fortnite no-build, it actually went really well for us. So maybe we should have done that. I love to spar with you as a guest. We're just not there on radio where I want to start pulling viewers into the equation. It's just too much to ask for that to be. I just don't think that's a good idea right now. You got to really earn the right to be like, hey guys, today's episode we're pulling in so and so to talk. Like, that's just not something you can do. We certainly can't do it right now. We have to prove the concept of Reforge Radio for a while before something like that can happen. I don't think there was much to talk about on the topic. Yes, Sony invested. Yes, I think it's about Fortnite. That's about it. I know you're a busy man, busier than most. Yeah, I love getting guests. I need to get into the to get into those DMs and try to reach out to those people. Ink Sanity says, any new members, the coffee here is unique. It's good, as well as displays and the t-shirt discounts. Thank you. I appreciate that, Ink Sanity. We got to vet people. It's not even about vetting people. Like, it's more about you need to be able to get in the ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the big challenges of finding guests. Like, what I really want right now, I would really love to find 2 to 3 people that are not people that lean away from me. I want people that lean right and lean left. I'm more central, I'm more middle, and so I want people that lean left and lean right, that are like very, well-spoken and well-educated, good content creators to regularly pull onto the show. And so I think that's our big struggle right now. Because people that watch one episode think I lean right, and then the very next episode they think I lean left. And it's like, no, I'm more in the middle. So on some issues you might think that I lean one way. So it definitely is about vetting people, their audio, their ability to speak well, their ability to keep flow, to not tell stories about their pets. I think there's room for, a members-only Friday where, like, let's say Madam can't make it and we just do call-ins. Because if it's members-only, I don't care. It was when we were uploading the episodes and it was a live environment and, like, any random person could come in and be like, what the frick is going on? That's why I got rid of call-ins. But if it's a members-only thing, I think it's different. They would need to have the same level of tact as you. Yeah, I would actually love to interview people that are I mean this. I would love to interview people that are seen as like horrible. Like have some guy come on who's got like horrible, awful, mean-spirited, hateful views. I'd love to interview somebody like that, but I couldn't because we'd get in trouble. They'd say a couple of things and be like, well, there's a community guideline strike. Boom, you know? Generally, content creators are in the middle because it may be safer for sensitive topics. No. Content creators... all the ones that I see are not in the middle. They're in one direction or the other. There are lots of people on the right and lots of people on the left. I don't see a lot of mids. I know Boogie gets a lot of criticism for being like a fence sitter. People think that he fence sits on everything because he doesn't like to choose sides because he's a YouTuber and he knows what happens when he does. I would love to debate you on VR for members only. I just don't think that kind of content is what people are going to want to tune into members only on gaming. Maybe on radio, I think people would like that. Members only, obviously. Eugene says, not like I'm a lawyer who didn't focus his study on IP and entertainment law, including defamation of public figures. Yeah. You probably could have helped me, Eugene, but it basically was like I didn't have enough money. I think to this day, the more I've thought about it, I'm like, oh no, yeah, if we could have gotten through Discovery, I could have just absolutely destroyed these people because I think they're stupid and they're brazen. But the money, we wouldn't have had the money. There's no way. That process is unbelievable. It's just unbelievable how long it would have taken. I'm convinced we could have done it. We would have won, is what I'm saying. I think we would have won. I think it would have been very, very easy to prove. But the money to get there was non-existent. Not licensed to help you. I meant like just with input and ideas. I had a guy that like excels at that locally. Like I had a guy locally that's what he did. He was literally in a case similar to mine. And he was like, you don't have the money. He's like, you don't have the money. Maybe have stuff ready. Members only streams can be used to teach you about stuff we talked about the week prior. We think you did not grasp well. Dumb idea, but also good. Teach me about stuff that I didn't grasp well? What? I mean, I've approached a lot of subjects and admitted like I don't know about certain things. What do you have in mind? As someone who's guilty of it in the past, people hate fence sitters or more middle-of-the-road people. It's because you want to feel like your side is correct. Oh, for sure. I would love to see Lono and an NFT bro do that. Yeah. You consider yourself a public figure? Yeah, content creators are public figures for sure. We are in view of the public. What we do is public support based. Yeah. I'm going to teach Lono about religion. What in the cinnamon toast frick? Like, I've definitely tried to approach that over there and been like, dude, I don't know about that. I've not read that. I've not studied that. You know, tell me about it. But I don't know if... I mean, I guess if you had somebody that studied it, they could break down a particular subject and be like, yeah, here's how this works. Like, for example, after today's Johnny Depp and Amber Heard stream, we could have an episode, members only, where, like, Eugene breaks down why what I said wasn't accurate, wrong, or incorrect, or chat, or whatever. He's like, no. I've studied this as a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. Or court cases that do this. Or this statute, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, you could certainly have that. I just don't know how often we're going to have, like, an actual verifiable expert on a given subject. There have been some things that you have talked about that some in the chat, including myself, think, WTF is he on about? I asked for an example. What do you mean? With VR, I've always maintained it'll be a successful piece of the market, but it won't supplant and disrupt the market to the degree that people think it will. Now, I was willing to concede today that there could be such dramatic generational shifts that, like, wearable glasses, you know, my grandchildren's grandchildren won't think twice about it. From the time they're 9, they're going to have glasses on. I could make an argument that you're semi-public, but the manner in which you were attacked was based on your public persona. It's not an easy climb. What do you mean? Like, that's not an easy case to make, you mean? A VR 2 conversation would be great as just a video, not just members only. I don't like doing stuff like that unless I've got a very, very vetted source. Like the political stuff, like the Tennessee law, and the don't say gay stuff. I don't understand. What did I say about that? Like, I researched it, read it, looked at all of it. What did I say about that I need educated on? I'm genuinely curious. I want to understand the difference between faith and religion. We could talk about that over there. I mean, they're defined differently, but you want to know the problems with those words, Steel City King, is everybody uses them differently. So, base definitions, faith would basically encompass belief, and religion would encompass practice. Semi-public changes the analysis. It makes your case easier to win, but making the argument you're semi-public is difficult, especially in the context of what happened. Oh, I see what you're saying, Eugene. I see what you're saying. I saw on the Discord that your God of War Ragnarok vid on Reforge updates hit 100,000 views. Congrats. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. That little channel every once in a while has these crazy breakout videos. It's really exciting when it happens. It's a little depressing when you have like 20 videos in a row that just don't go anywhere. And then when you have those breakouts, like, it's really exciting. Do you think Sony will include PSVR 2 games in their service? Demos, yes. Oh, yes. One of the things that Sony's doing with that service is they want to offer demos. May have chosen the wrong word. I think having an open debate with someone on it can show you the other side. Right. The way you worded it sounded like I popped off about something that I didn't know what I was talking about and someone could educate me. And I was like, man, I've really tried to not do that. Yeah, that's why I want people from all sides of the spectrum on these issues. I would love to have a trans person on for some of those discussions. Like, somebody that's going to have a good conversation and not go and, like, yell at me. Like, I want to actually have a conversation, right? Somebody who's educated, intellectual, well-spoken. It's a tall order, but I ain't just throwing any old person on the stream, right? I ain't throwing any old person on the stream. But I 100% would love some good sparring partners. We may get one. You know? And then we'll get another, and then we'll get another. We just need one good video of me debating somebody, and then other people would think, oh, that might be fun. We've fallen far from the topic. Homie, there is no topic now. No one cares. We're 2 hours in, bro. If we're 2 hours in and I see the results I'm seeing on the back end, I just give in. I'm like, whatever. Let's just talk about whatever the frick we want. Let's just talk about whatever the frick we want. Is Buddhism a religion or a belief? It would be a combination of both. If you believe the dogma of Buddha and you practice Buddhism, it's both. Your belief in Buddhism drives the practice, which is the religion. You'd be an adherent to Buddhism. Now, I'm not talking about putting some cute quote on your fridge or a tattoo. I mean, like, if you actually practiced it, that's the religion. But the belief drives it. Like, right? Buddha would be like, look to my dharma, look to my dogma, don't look at me. Like, he didn't think he was central to the belief system. Buddha drove people to his dharma and his dogma. So if you believed in that and followed it, then you have a belief that drives you to a religious practice. Don't know if she'd come on, but Lilith Lovett is a great person. She's trans and pretty active on subjects, even trans issues. I think that would be such a huge collaborative thing for the channel to get some of those other people to come on. I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be so fun. Heard Depp. Both sides are wrong. Yeah, I wonder if... I guess that works. Is her... I was just thinking Johnny Depp would be way more recognizable as a name, but Heard Depp is, I guess, okay. I think it works. I just don't know. When we use, like, really... we're just, like, simple words and titles like that, I always think, is somebody going to read that and be confused? What about the ticked off Attack of the Show chick? Oh, I would love to talk to Frosk, actually. I actually think an episode with her would be so much fun. Yeah. Talk about how she stepped in it. What lessons have you learned from all this? Do you still think going at the audience the way you did was do you think it's a good choice? Or do you think you should adjust how you approached it? I don't know. It'd be fun. You want to know who I really want to interview? I really, really want to interview. Almost, I would say, as much as I want to interview Dr. Disrespect, I want to interview Amaranth. So bad about business and her business acumen, her intelligence, her strategy. Oh, golly. I would frickin' love that. I don't want to talk about OnlyFans and, taking, dancing around. I want to talk to her about business. Like, I'm telling you, that would be killer, because I don't think somebody needs to do that. Somebody needs to interview her and not get bogged down into all the other stuff. Just talk to her about business. Will you change your schedule to react live to the Depp trial? No, I'm not doing that. I don't react to the trial. No. We can't afford her booking fee. Yeah, we can't afford her. Her and Doc, to me, are like white whales. Would just love to pick their brain and have conversations about what they do and how they approach business. I don't want to talk to Dr. Disrespect. I want to talk to Guy Beam. I want to talk to Guy Beam. Get Abe for an episode? No. He's just in it. No, I don't like I don't like Abe. Sven is a live, love, laugh guy. You seem like you would have 2 thankful and 3 blessed signs in your house. No idea who we're talking about. Dr. Disrespect is one of the more popular YouTube streamers out there. He's a personality-driven content creator. And Amaranth she touts being the largest and most successful OnlyFans content creator, and she streams on the Purple platform, the Twitch platform. And she's well known for her using her body, basically, to make money. She's not shy about that. And she's been banned from Twitch a handful of times. And a lot of people don't like her. I think she's brilliant, but your first guest should be Mo, and you know it. Mo, how much is Microsoft paying you, and how can I get some of that sweet action? Yeah, sure. My hang on. Don't they make chairs? They do, don't they? Sorry, I'm like super distracted. No, I don't think they do. I thought they did. Yeah, they don't. Shoot. I thought they sold. There's a company that's reaching out. We've been wanting a good relationship with a company like this. I thought they made chairs. They don't. Okay. It's still a good fit. Sorry, guys, he's texting me. I'm sorry. I don't like radio silence, but these kind of emails, if you don't respond right away, it's like you wait for a really long freaking time. What do you need? We're looking for sponsors. Like I would love to work with Mavix, and I just can't get a contact point with them because Mavix literally makes this dadgum chair, right? And it would just say Mavix right here behind me. People are always asking about my chair, and I'm like, the company that sent it to me, we don't have an ongoing relationship with, so I'm not going to promote their dadgum product. Like, I want an ongoing relationship. You know, it's integrated into the stream and people ask about it. Dude, well, that looks like a nice chair. Well, yeah, if it said Mavix on it, you know, and people like mesh back, high back ergonomic chairs. Like when we worked with the company that first sent this to me, a bunch of people bought the chair. Standing desks are the best, but I'll still support. I don't know. The research is out on that. I've seen mixed results on whether or not you should be standing at a desk for long periods of time. Same with sitting. Like I think you're supposed to get the desks you can convert and spend half the day, you know, up and down, basically. Does Monoprice sponsor people? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like we just want, maybe put Johnny above it, Johnny Depp trial, maybe that. I feel like Johnny Depp is the name we want on that thumb. Like, I feel like that's the driver right now. She's certainly a part of it, but I don't know. I think people are like Johnny Depp. Like, he's the centrality of the story. He's like the pillar of the story, basically. You love your adjustable? Yeah, when I worked at that tech company, the guy that ran the company, the CEO, he had a motorized one. It was really nice. And he would spend some of the day sitting and some of the day standing. This guy didn't like my Cyberpunk criticism, so he's falsely summarizing it. I'm like, I literally pointed out how bad the dialogue was the last time I played it. Huge pauses and awkward silence. But sure, I didn't play it enough or something. Close to 10 hours of game time. Whatever. Enjoy the game, but don't falsely summarize my coverage, critique, or experience just because you're mad. Like, these guys get so bent because they like Cyberpunk. And so, like, every time I've covered that game and criticized it, it's always, you didn't play it enough, you didn't play it enough, or you didn't do this enough, or you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, I've played Cyberpunk for close to 10 hours. It's being called the depth trial. Right, and we would use that for search, right? I mean, if you think that's the thumb, then let's just make that the thumb. From where I sit, I didn't research the keywords on it. If I thought people are going to see the name Johnny Depp and click. That's what I thought. Like, Johnny Depp is a recognizable name. Like, boom, click. Depp trial? Sure, probably. Should put Captain Jack versus the Aquaman girl. Right. $10 hours is definitely enough. I gave that game more than enough chances. I really did. Like, I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you think it's good. Don't come to my content and leave comments like falsely summarizing. He's like, every time I watch your content, I swear you add something new. Now the audio editing is bad. It's not audio editing, you dolt. It's the dialogue not working properly. It goes to call the next audio file and it doesn't do it seamlessly. So someone says, we got to get out of here. And then we all stand around and wait for NPC number 2 to say something. It's so awkward. It's bad. Like, I'm not adding something new. The last 2 times I played that game and covered it, I pointed out how awkward the dialogue is. It's like there's these huge weird pauses sometimes where the game like doesn't know who's supposed to talk next. I've highlighted that at least 2 different times I've covered Cyberpunk. It's unbelievable. It's like, it's great that you liked it. It really, really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I played it for 15 minutes and set it down and said, no, this game's not for me, it's bad. I've played it numerous times. I went back to it recently when they did the update, and it still ran like garbage and still felt like a mediocre game. How about an episode where you tell Omar to be quiet? Yeah, I need Shut Up Omar on my stream deck. I need that. Everyone has a different experience with Cyberpunk, it seems. Glad my experience was good as it was. That's what I mean. Like, the crux of today's argument that I was making, the case that I was making, was very simple. They will never convert anybody who's played it and decided they didn't like it. I don't think it will have that comeback moment. There are games like No Man's Sky that converted people, that brought people back because it's so fundamentally changed as a game, right? And that game, it's never going to happen. It's too far gone in so many people's minds. Like, you can't get rid of the problems that drive people like me away from the game. You can't get rid of them. You can't make the voice acting better. A lot of the voice acting is terrible. You can't make the dialogue better. A lot of the dialogue, I think, is written like a 10-year-old who learned to use the F word wrote it. It's like some teenager who thought, you know, whose favorite movie is Pulp Fiction wrote the script. It's awful. Swearing doesn't bother me, but it's terribly written. You can't change any of those things. I disagree with some of your opinions. Right, and that's what I always say. It's like, when I'm going to play a game like this, if you want me to care about the characters in the story, then this right here, this is Bush League execution. It isn't... I've played AAA story-driven games. whether it was The Last of Us or Ghost of Tsushima or Hellblade. And if you're not going to hit at that quality, even The Witcher 3, even my limited time with The Witcher 3, if you're not going to hit that quality, then that part of the game isn't going to hook me. And that's a huge element of Cyberpunk. Huge element of Cyberpunk is you've got to care about the characters and the story in the world. If you don't, then that's a huge aspect of the game that you're just dreading. Oh, here we go. I got to sit down and talk to this guy or this girl. I don't care about any of this. It was good for a moment, but it's lacking content and engagement. They should have kept the player more involved in the world in various ways. Cyberpunk is going to make a comeback? I don't think so. There's no, I just don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything good to build on. Macy Williams, I want to be in this show because I'm the best person to do this, not because I'm the only girl who'll take her top off. Wait, is she gonna be in the spin-offs for Game of Thrones? Oh, her new series, Pistol. Maybe that's what she's talking about. She really looks different now. Something with her eyes. Her and her eye makeup. It looks like a different person. She's doing something with her eye makeup that makes her look like it. She looks different. The world doesn't feel lived in. The real question is, why haven't you played Witcher 3 fully? Because when I tried to play it, I was primarily a Destiny streamer and the support was just frickin' terrible. It just was absolutely terrible. Like, we just couldn't cover it. You know what I mean? It was like we would just take an absolute nosedive. I mean, both last week and this week I'm feeling like that. I'm like, we're dealing with multiple problems, man. Like, YouTube changed stuff, and I guess we played Elden Ring too long. I don't know. Witcher 3 was so long, and I got the bad ending, 100 hours. Oh, yeah. I heard somebody told me about that. They said there was something with Witcher 3 endings that they didn't like. I forget. YouTube is acting weird for sure. Yeah, we've just been 100% gutted. Like, anytime we've ever covered Cyberpunk, we've had great turnout, and today it was like, again, it literally could be that people have just moved on. I don't know. Traditionally, anytime I took a chunk out of that game or talked about that game, we would get tons of people to show up and it'd be popping. And today I was like, well, here we are again. Like, it's like I don't know what it is. There's something going on. They're fiddling with something. Even Creature said, he was like, there's a lot of like regular names I'm not seeing. He's like, we're just missing chunks of people. It's super strange. I doubt the DLCs are coming out anytime soon. Yeah, the guy said like expansions are coming. What does that even mean? Because expansions, he could be talking really big things that are a ways out. I don't like that the end mission was so lackluster. Even after, it sets you right after, but before the last mission. A fun and impressive fact: Emilia Clarke gets a lot of crap for her poor acting in season 3. She was learning how to walk and talk again after major brain surgery. Really? I'm here, by the way, just been busy. No, we can tell, like, when some people are like doing things or busy. We're like, there are chunks of folks that just were like, what is happening? So they did something, and it's just not it's not like live streams are getting affected. They are. I wonder, Creature, if it has to do with scheduling. Some guy left a comment, and he said, I always see your upcoming stuff now. I don't see you when you're live. I'm like, what? I wonder. I wonder. It didn't let me into your live stream? What? What do you mean it didn't let you into the live stream? What was happening? There's like 12 people that show up no matter what, and they were not here yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. It's it's this. This is the thing. So weird. Zubair wasn't here yesterday. Zubair's been showing up later. I think he had some kind of a schedule change or something, or he's just been busy. I don't know. Maybe he's actually working. Zubair, I've just been noticing for a couple of weeks now. He's been showing up later. So it started at the beginning of your stream 2 hours ago. You couldn't get in the live stream. No, I didn't think anybody dipped, Wheezy. I think people are legit not seeing it, and they're not clicking. They're like, oh, he's not live. UI changes are drastic, but so subtle people are not noticing them, and it's making a huge difference. Yeah, it's really hurting. It really sucks to just see stuff that we could typically cover and have great turnout, meet tons of new people. It's like, it is literally like, it's almost like the stream is set to private or something, and only people that come to the channel find it. It's so odd. It's super, super weird. Super weird. A 56 and a 53. A 56 and a 53. That's actually... What do we get on the Radon thing? An 84 and a 16. It's roughly the same amount of impressions. Yeah, so we're not... It's not like when we were on the other channel, and we're not getting murdered on impressions. It's something else. Whoever decided using the avatar as a live indicator instead of the video needs a swift kick in the balls. Or just do both, because, like, it makes sense if you see my video in a feed and you're like, oh, he's live. I actually like the idea, but, like, that's it? Always here, just not always in chat. I appreciate it, Toasty Buns. Zubair works? I haven't seen you be live for, like, 2 weeks. I always just search for you. Yeah, it started last week. Yeah, Proto, it's not everybody. There's still people that are like, nah, dude, you're at the top of my feed every day. It looks like a dead video. It looks just like the scheduled. Yeah. We're being seen, but we don't look live. Ouch. Well, I don't understand what you mean by that, because, like, I see the live indicator. It says live in big red letters. I don't know what you're meaning when you've been saying that, because I see us as live right now. I'm here working and lurking. I appreciate it, MJ. I'm doing a poor job communicating this issue because I've said it for 6 days. That's what I mean. Like, it says live on the thumbnail. What do you mean by it's not showing us as live? Then you, sir, do not have the update. So they're rolling it out, and that's why some people are saying, oh no, everything's fine for me, I see you, and the people that have been hit by the update don't see it. Is that what has happened? Oh, I think I just saw it in the app. In the mobile app, it says live on the avatar, but it doesn't say it on the thumbnail. And then it immediately just starts playing. But isn't the bulk of our viewership from... Yeah, Eugene has both live. Oh, if I go to subscriptions, it does both, but not on the home. And Eugene has it in both places on home. Eugene might need to update his app because, yeah, mine's doing the same thing that Creature's talking about. You use the word live in your thumb, and now it just looks like a past broadcast. Yeah, I don't have the thumb yet. Once I have the thumb, I'll actually probably start throwing live back on there because that is something that we've done for a really long time. Yeah, that is something we've done for a really long time. And now it doesn't say that, so I think that does stand out. Someone sees, yes, it says live now down below, but when the thumbnail says it, I think we've conditioned people to be like, oh, he's live, click. Yeah, Butters has got the mobile version that says live in both places. Yeah, it's weird that they would roll out the avatar live indicator, but on some, and leave it on the thumb. Maybe they're doing A/B testing to see what people respond to. The hope would be that you're right and people aren't clicking because it's not as obvious. It's not as obvious that we're live, and so they're not clicking. And then they'll see that in the A/B test, right? And then they'll be like, hey, we need to go back to what we were doing before. Yeah, Barrier says, I have both. I wonder if it's regional. Yeah, because look, whatever ADJC's using, nothing says I'm live. Excuse me. I had updates for both the YouTube Studio app and the YouTube watching app. I had updates for both. Yeah, now if I go to subscriptions, it says I lost it on the avatar. If I go to subscriptions, the live is on the thumb and not the avatar. And if I go to the home, it shows it. Yeah. So now I have a mixed bag of both. They must be doing something. They must be doing A/B testing to see what people respond to. Yeah. Yeah, see, that guy's got live on his thumb. Destiny's got live on his thumb and the YouTube avatar. I think we need to bring the live back to the thumb. We'll do that, and we'll see if that doesn't help a little bit. Just because if YouTube's going to do all this A/B testing, at the very least, the thumbnail should communicate, hey, I'm live. I don't think the issue, though, is that live thing. I think they did something that's kicked us off the top. People open the app, and they're like, they don't see me. That's why I've said all week long, check my page, make sure and check my channel or check your subscription feed, because I'm not showing up in people's main feed. I'm not in their main feeds anymore. Something bumped me out of there for whatever their A/B testing bumped me out of some people's feeds. Now imagine getting neither or just one or something different every time. It's confusing. Yeah. Yeah, Elon Musk. I'm waiting for commentary. I'm waiting for that to flesh itself out. I'm waiting for it to flesh itself out before we cover it again. Because it's like it just happened and we like just covered it, right? And so I didn't want to like jump right back in and cover it again, right? Because I do think people want us to cover it. I think people think, oh, you know, what's going on here? I thought Elon Musk was going to be on the board, and now he's not. And I think that we'll cover it as if it needs to develop a little bit more. He used the exact same thumbnail every stream until he makes it a VOD. Been screaming that for months, getting traction. Yeah, but we can't, like, we always butt heads on this because we did what you wanted today, and it didn't make a difference. I don't think it makes a difference. I don't think thumbnail finagling makes a difference until you have volume. I think what we do, we need to be clickable and suggest and search. Now, the core audience, sure. The core audience is not clicking right now, and that could be because of a variety of things. I don't think it's the thumbnail. I think it's because my videos are literally not in front of them. It's like it's not there. Just a second ago, I went to Reforge Gaming, clicked on home, and then clicked on the videos tab, and our Epic Sony news stream wasn't there, and now it is. Like, they're doing stuff. Like, live streams are just sometimes literally not there, not to be clicked on. We butt heads on it because you have a poor assessment of self-value? No, it's because I have a 14,000 sub channel that even if we get a healthy click rate on, we still have to play to what gets people to click on in a search and suggest. I want to sell you. You want to sell Sony Epic? How is that true? We made these thumbnails together last night. How is that true? People have to see what I'm talking about. Like, throwing my dumb face on every thumbnail? I just know. I don't... Elon's just going to do what he does, make headlines, stroke his ego. He doesn't care about anything else. Don't make me out you on the live show? What do you mean? We designed these thumbnails together. I truly don't know what you're talking about. We were on the phone and you designed these. This is what we wanted to do. Go brand it to the show. Reforge Gaming with big yellow opinion. Like, we thought No Future played for Cyberpunk. I refuse to believe that we could have had an effect today. A thumbnail with Cyberpunk on it and No Future, promises are too little too late, would get a great click rate 2 months ago. This has nothing to do with us. I guarantee you, the video is literally not showing up in people's feeds. That's what's happening. It's not the UI. They did something, and people are literally not... just a second ago, I couldn't see my own video. I went to youtube.com/Reforge Gaming. I clicked on the videos tab, and the Epic Sony one wasn't there. It wasn't showing up. It was just gone. Like, I'm live right now with 200 people watching, and the video literally wasn't there. Yo, it's good, Dancetastic. He's been in the headlines 3 times in the last week, Twitter twice, and now the debt thing. Your stream gets buried by other vids on your channel, which is odd, as it's the only one that it happens to. Wait, what do you mean by that, Reese's? But you see, the impressions are consistent, which means it's seen but not interacted. I don't know. When Zubair says he had to come find, that's not a seen but not interacted. That might be seen but not interacted on Suggest or something. Another data point, if helpful, I usually have 8 to 10 live subscriptions before lunch in my feed. Today I have 4. Yeah, I wonder what Reese's means. Your stream gets buried by other vids on your channel, which is odd, as it's the only one that happens to. Excuse me. Try Facebook Gaming? No. That's a joke of a platform that continues to mislead people about their numbers. There's no way that ever becomes a viable streaming platform. When I go to your channel, your live stream isn't on top. I had to scroll to find it. That doesn't make any sense. It's literally the featured video. Yeah, look, even right now, Barrier's showing exactly what I'm talking about. The live stream is like the second one down for some reason if you click on the videos tab. It's so weird. I'm telling you, man. It has nothing to do with us. It has absolutely nothing to do with us. They have 100% fiddled with something. I refuse to believe that we said Cyberpunk has no future and pulled what we pulled today. People didn't see the video. The UI changes? That's not a UI change, though. It's in the wrong spot. That's not a UI change. The video's not in the right spot. It's in the wrong place. On mobile, live stream not being on top of channels is normal. That's the UI feed. Yeah, but like UI change to me is when like a button or an overlay or something looks different. A video being in the wrong place is like, wait, what in the frick? Yeah, the home looks good. Like, yeah, you go to home, it looks fine. It's so weird. I just don't get what the frick they're doing. We got such good results the 1 week that I could tell they were putting us in more places. You could feel it. We were meeting tons of people. It didn't matter what we talked about. We met tons of people. And then all of a sudden it was like somebody flipped a switch and it was like, what? I have subs telling me I had to come to your channel. You weren't, I literally didn't see your video. That's not a UI change. A UI change is like overlay, buttons, menus are in different orders. I got Zubair telling me I didn't see your video. I had to actively come to your channel. That's somebody who watches my channel every day. That's not UI. That's something, there's something broken if that's happening. Like, they broke something. I was on mobile and I couldn't find your vid, and then on PC today I was able to find you without searching. Huh. Okay, so when we set the homepage playlist, that's UI. Yo, Basito with 8 months. I've been absent due to IRL stuff conflicting with stream schedule. Passing by to say hello, Double Dippers Rise Up. Yo, thank you, Basito. We set that feed, the order it's in. Yeah. We affect the homepage. We can put whatever we want up at the top. That's right. No, for sure. And for whatever reason, that's the definition of UI, user interface. Well, yeah, you can use it broadly to say anything, but when they make a UI change, I think the actual interface itself has changed, not you put my video in the wrong place. The interface doesn't look any different to me. The tabs are the same, thumbnails same, text size same, everything's the same. The overlay that we're live is the same. That's all the same. You just have my video in the wrong place. That's not a user interface problem. That's a logistical problem. You have my video in the wrong spot. Like, UI as a term, typically I would never think like, oh, your playlist is for some reason in 4th place instead of 2nd place. I wouldn't think that's a UI change. I would think, no, that's like a glitch or a bug. Yeah, Fonzo's seeing the same thing. Yeah, the talk from this morning is first. Yeah. YouTube mobile needs to move to Flutter. Java's antiquated. I was hoping when YouTube announced all that, it seemed like they were really making a big push for youtube.com/gaming. I thought like really big things were coming, but I don't know. Like, apparently we need like the biggest gaming news ever to drop, or we're I don't know. I thought Cyberpunk was a hot topic for this community, but again, it's not our community's fault. The community has been just fine. The community's been amazing. It's YouTube did something, and it's making it really hard to find us. I've been able to watch until now. Everything's fine with my feed subs like usual, but on mobile PC, I can confirm Cyberpunk is first, live is second. Yeah, everybody's having that glitch. The other thing we noticed on mobile is they're doing some kind of an A/B test. So on my mobile, if I go and look at my channel, it shows, and now I'm not there. And now... yeah, okay. Let me show you an example of why this is so stupid, what they've done, all right? This is what my feed looks like now. All right? I'm going to throw it. I'm going to throw it in the Discord. I guarantee you, this is some of what Creature's been getting at. This is why their change is so dumb. Look at that. That's a stream from the other day, and for whatever reason, it's in my feed, second video down, and it says I'm live. That video is not live. So that looks just the same as the stream I'm in right now. Let me show you guys on the stream so you can see what I'm talking about. Look at this. Okay, so this is the change they've made. Let me use my mouse. So down here, you see, it says I'm live, that little avatar. And the reason they do that is they're hoping that anytime one of my videos is getting engagement, somebody might be like, oh, he's live. That's on purpose. They said they were going to do this, right? This is actually not an error. I don't think it's an error. But the problem is this video is from 7 days ago. So the fact that somebody might see this and click on it and they're like, oh, he's not live, what the frick? The point of this was to say, anytime my video shows up, like let's say somebody's searching for Star Wars and they see this and they want to hear the debate, they want to hear what I have to say, and they click on it. It's there to remind them like, oh, hey, by the way, this guy's live right now in another video, basically. So this is confusing to the mobile user because if I'm live right now, this also is what the thumbnail looks like for the stream that we're in at the moment, the Epic Sony one. That happened to me too. It will say you're live and just start the video at -2 hours, and then I realize it's old. Yeah. So I think this change was well intended. The idea being, at any point in time, one of your videos is being watched by a person who might be interested in watching you live. It actually makes sense in principle. But the problem is it's like it's under the video in such a way. It's like if I click on the video and I watch the video, and once I'm on the video, you want to do that, okay? Let me give you an example. This is what they need to do, okay? This is where they need to show it. All right? Sven says, but then it doesn't show the live icon under the subscription tab unless I specifically look at the vid. Yeah, it's all over the place. It's like I said, it's A/B testing. I'm going to show you guys this. That's where it should show. I wonder if that's why Redirect has been dumping me into week-old videos. My vision is something else today. Been about 24 hours since my procedure. Quick and painless. Hey, what's good, Pugs? I apparently can't upload the picture. I want to show it to stream. There we go. Okay. Why is it not? Okay. And why the icon doesn't have the red dot as a static icon. Yeah, why up there does it not show that I'm live? Exactly. Okay, so this is where it should show it. So if for whatever reason you're searching Star Wars or you click on my Star Wars video and you're watching it, right down here, it should say Reforge Gaming is live. And then somebody be like, oh, and they click on that. Then it should bring you to the live stream. Okay? But when you do this, they haven't even clicked on the video yet, right? They haven't clicked on the Star Wars video yet. It looks like that Star Wars video is live right now, and it's not. So it shouldn't say that. Live. Okay, no, that's not helpful because that's an older video. So anybody on mobile that sees that is going to think, oh, this is a live video, and they're going to click and be like, oh, wait, it's not live, it's a past broadcast. If they click on the Star Wars video and it brings them here, this is where you should show them that I'm live, right? Right down here on this icon. That's totally fine because now they're in a video and you're saying, oh, hey, by the way, you're enjoying this video. He's live right now. So you're just confusing people. They made these UI changes last week, and I guarantee you that's why all of a sudden we're having horrible numbers. Absolutely horrible numbers. And it's, again, it's... Oh, I clicked on create a highlight. Oops. So if the channel is live, it's going to show live on your profile. If you're clicking on a live video, will the video have to be old live icon on it as well to show it's a live video? Well, no. I mean, we used to put live on the thumbnail, and we probably should. We probably should continue to do that. We should continue to do that so that then they look at the thumbnail clearly shows like, oh, hey, he's live right now. I haven't got a single notification of your channel in over a month. Well, noties are super unreliable. That doesn't surprise me at all. I've streamed on YouTube now for, in a couple of months, it'll be 2 full years. And you can't rely on noties. You got to either get in the Discord, follow me on Twitter, check the channel every day, or again, check your subscription feed. Shouldn't be as well. You should be up and coming. Definitely caught my attention as an up and comer. Oh, you should be booming. Caught my attention as an up and comer. I mean, I appreciate that. We're just going to have to ride this. It's really frustrating. I don't like talking about it, but it's like, well, we've run our course on the topic. We might as well educate people on what the frick's going on with YouTube so you can know, like, I'm streaming, baby. I'm creating content. I'm not taking days off. People need to click on the logo. People just need to click on the logo to come to the live video. All right, hang on a second. Is that true? Or hang on. Oh, you're right. You're right. See, but the problem with that is, see, that should be we should have so many people landing in our streams then. Like, it's not working on mobile for sure. We should have tons of viewership because of that UI change. Because if I go to my dashboard right now, right, in the last 48 hours, I've had, let me see here. No, not top videos, is period. I'm trying to get that report to see, like, in the last 24 hours, what non-live videos have gotten views. Like, all of our VODs are getting views all throughout the day. None of those people are coming into the live streams. It's bad click, says Creature. It's deceptive user leading. I could see that being a thing. Essentially, it's a, hey, this isn't a live video, but this content creator is live on another video type of thing. Right. Like, I have this on desktop, static live icons no matter what. Why is that not a thing on mobile? For sure, that's a piece of feedback that they need to hear. Like, people like to watch live streams and sub to channels for live streams. Like, that's a thing. And right now, the thing that's killing us is the people that want to watch live streams on Reforge Gaming aren't seeing the videos and they're not seeing them represented properly. So we're losing that core momentum push that we're supposed to get. I'm supposed to be finishing my outline and seeing 200 to 250 people in chat talking, boom, numbers, we're off to the races. No matter what I cover, that was generally our experience for a while, and that's not the case now. Now it's like we're at like half that, which means we're not going to get the momentum, we're not going to get the clicks, we're not going to get the push. Like, it's all basically like stopped. Because if, like, I go back and look at, like, Starfield, when we covered Starfield, like, what is Starfield? We got exactly what I would expect to see from impressions, and we averaged 14 minutes. Anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes is good engagement for us on a past broadcast. That's typically what we see. So it's not like we were getting tons of bad engagement that drove our numbers into the toilet. Now, when we covered the PS Plus thing, we had, like, less total viewership than Starfield, so the average view time went up. It's 30 minutes average view time instead of 14. So our click and stick rate was really, really good. If you're live, that stream should always be pushed into feeds before anything else. This is what I have in my home feed right now. Live stream is nowhere. Yeah, that makes no freaking sense. That's what I said. It's killing our funnel. They're killing our funnel because we're not getting that normal flow of all those dope people that have hit sub. Now, when we did Star Wars, like Lego Star Wars gameplay and got like 10,000 views, huge day, our average view time, 4 minutes. Why? Well, because it was literally just us covering gameplay. So we got a lot of people clicking and bouncing after they saw gameplay for a little bit of time. So it's all perspective, right? Like, you can have like a really, really big banger day covering gameplay, but your stick rate's really low. Do you see 232 viewers? I never know if that number's accurate. No, we're at 183. But if people want to watch Lego, they'll click on that video, and if they want to watch live, they'll click on the logo. That's exactly what we're saying. Like, that's exactly what we're saying. We're just all saying it differently. Creature is saying the same thing you're saying. If they see that Lego video and it says live on the little icon, it shouldn't do that because I'm not live in that stream right now. So he's like, that's a bad click. If somebody right now is wanting to see coverage of that topic and they're clicking thinking I'm live, they're going to be really annoyed. They're going to be like, what the frick? He isn't live. Now, what I think they should do is, it's a good idea. They just implemented it poorly. They should click on the Lego Star Wars video because it just looks like a video, and they click it and they're like, oh, cool, he's talking about this. Okay, it's past broadcast. Oh, look, his icon says he's live. I'll click on that to go see what he's talking about right now. But they're doing it in the wrong order. It's showing you the live icon before you click on the Star Wars video, which means tons of people are probably clicking thinking, well, is this live? And then I'm not. And they're like, oh. You know what I mean? When all the bad changes brought me as a viewer. Oh, we're meeting new people. It's that the people that were actively watching me every day, they're not like they're not seeing me where they typically see me. It's a twofold bad click. They click the video thinking we are live and are irritated we aren't. They click on the logo and they get the wrong topic. Exactly right. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Because you're getting two bad clicks. That's exactly right. Because if they accidentally click on the logo, they're going to think, oh, he's going to be talking about Star Wars. What the frick? He's talking about Cyberpunk. This guy's an idiot. He doesn't know how to make a thumbnail. They click on the video. What the frick? This is stupid. He's not live. YouTube's drunk, right? People are conditioned to know that clicking on the logo or the name goes to the channel's hub. So if they don't do that with a notification, they often don't get funneled into the stream. Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. You make a good point. If YouTube wants to do this, they should at least tell people about it. I love the idea of putting live streams in more places. What they're doing, unfortunately, is they're confusing people who already like my content, and it's likely leading to frustration. So they just need to adjust what they've done. It's all they need to do. My home feed. Yeah, somebody said that too, Sven. They said scheduled streams are now getting priority. We don't like scheduling super far in advance because we saw bad results from it in the past. Maybe we need to adjust. I don't know. Start scheduling both streams night before, which seems incredibly stupid to me, but who knows? To compound the issues, it's not consistent. That's what's baffling to me. It seems fine to me every way I've tried and looked. Yeah, we had a couple people take screenshots today, Swade, and they're like, no, everything looks fine to me. Yeah, it's an A/B test, and you're just not a part of the testing group or whatever. They replaced my relevant button with a shorts button. Yeah. Put your face on the thumbnail. Lots of people do schedule talk streams as a placeholder. No, they do, and we've found that wasn't good. And we also spoke with my partner manager and was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be scheduling stuff super far out. Well, now it's looking like that's actually the call. But the problem is, because again, you want it to be in somebody's feed, like, oh, he's talking about that tomorrow. I'll make sure that I'm there. Right? If it's primarily hitting their feed as a scheduled stream right now, and then as soon as I'm live, it gets bumped out of their feed, well, what the frick? Yeah, we've had that happen too, Saxboy. Yeah, the Cyberpunk stream is now above this current stream. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Part of me wonders if we're having more success over on radio. Not more success, but we're having good success because we're scheduling farther in advance over on Reforge Radio. Right? We're scheduling farther in advance. And because we're scheduling farther in advance, maybe, maybe it's just getting seen by more people, and so we have a stronger start. I truly don't know. It's so bad. My hope is that this is a testing period, and they'll end the testing period. They'll crunch their numbers and say, okay, here's what worked, here's what didn't work, and then we can go back to business as usual. Because it's absolutely gutting. It's like, I just want to hang out with the community that we've built for the last 6 months instead of feeling like we're back to square one. Like, it quite literally feels like we're 6 months back, because we're only really engaging with the super, super duper most loyal, instead of all those new people that subbed the last 6 months. I'm telling you, if they don't have that ritual and that loyalty that you guys have proven to have, they're not here. You got to put me in front of them. You got to put me in front of them, or they ain't going to know. They ain't going to know I'm alive, All right. I did a ton of research into the Johnny Depp Amber Heard lawsuit, and I want to talk about it with you guys. I've got the details. The lawsuit's kicking up. It'll probably last another 6 weeks or more, and I want to talk about it with you. Now, we talk about these more serious issues over on Reforge Radio, okay? Reforge Radio is our channel for cultural things, political things, even matters of faith. I'm going to put a link in chat. There's usually close to 200 or more people here. We dip below 200 because we just, we got well off track, which is fine. I mean, we couldn't stay on the subject anyway. I'm not upset about that. So let me put a link in chat. If you guys want to come hang out and talk about this, it'd be amazing. Even if you only come hang out for the 10-minute opener where I kind of break down the subject and give you all the details, that's also extremely helpful. We'll see you tomorrow here on Reforge Gaming. Don't forget about all of our member initiatives. Thursday afternoon is getting an extra stream. Friday nights with Madam is now members only, and once a month, the Friday night is a community game night. We have chosen April 22nd to be community game night, and we'll be playing Fortnite, no build squads. I don't care if you don't like Fortnite. We can have fun with it. Members only. Make sure you're a member or renewing your membership, all right? We will see you guys over there at Reforge Radio, and then we'll see you back here tomorrow.